Welcome back, viewers, to Dauntless, the Mongoose Traveler show. We gave the brief introduction earlier in the episode, but we are coming back after our first break and switching for the first time on stream over to our other cast of crew, our second group of 5 idiots, aboard legendary heaps of junk, bound to tragedy and chaos in their... So this group is the Mumbai, a fat trader ship, aka slow piece of shit with no guns and no armor, that can't really do much except haul ass loads of stuff wherever it needs to go. Aboard this fat piece of junk is 5 other fat pieces of junk, starting with the one on my right. So Evan, who are you playing?
I am playing as Meral Salazar, an eccentric businessman, been tasked with bringing the Mumbai to exotic and profitable locations.
You're right, we have the owner of the Mumbai.
Oh, Christ.
I'm playing Habib Singh, who is of Indian descent, and he is a devout Sikh. He and his family were on a space station where they ran a fine spacefaring
Convenience store?
fuel. No, that wasn't a convenience store. It was fuel station that has been in his family for generations. So seeing a fantastic business opportunity to, one, both take advantage of and move his family to a safer location, Habib took a great stock of all of his savings and placed it into the Mumbai spaceship, where he and his family now reside and hopefully can make their fortunes amongst the stars.
Right, somebody has a mechanical keyboard, likes to type things, and has to turn the sensitivity up. As we go to our third player, Brendan. Who are you playing over here on the Mumbai?
Brendan will be playing Buck Warsaw. He is he's ship security. That's about it. He got hired a job. He runs the job. He makes sure that the crew of the Mumbai does not get themselves in trouble. And when they inevitably get themselves in trouble, he gets them back out of it.
All right. More long-time member, we're going to skip one here and head over to Eric, the other player, Jack Daxter. Who is your character on this beloved Mumbai?
Alright, I am playing Jeff Sanchez. He is of Latino descent, but doesn't make a big fucking deal about it because he talks like a normal fucking person. And he's tired of y'all shit.
I was really hoping you were just going to say it in character and just be like, I'm Jeff, I fly the ship, and that was it.
That would have been probably better.
Yeah. Do it now.
All right, and our, for the first time ever, stream or off, appearing on the Mumbai today, have our stream host Zeke, who just crafted up a character about an hour ago with our belovedly new hyper character gen rules. So who are you going to be playing?
Well, I'm going to be playing Oliver Klozoff, an Eastern Eastern European.
Alright, I'm done. I'll see you guys later.
I just got it.
Oh, it's bad.
An Eastern European actor who failed at his acting career and then failed out of the Navy. And so is now, for some reason, on the Mumbai.
You're not there yet, but the last place we left the Mumbai was on the Dunix Resistance. So Dunix is a planet with 2 continents. The northernmost is very industrialized. They're harvesting an unobtainium resource called Tiberium, which is an essential and very rare ship component. However, it's very radioactive and toxic. So this very well-populated, moderate to high technology continent is the source of immense pollution, basically, that's threatening to plague the whole planet, including the southernmost continent. The slightly smaller and more tropical continent of Sarul, which is where the original Second Imperium settlers had landed, where existing on a more futuristic than modern humanity, but not completely starbound level technology like the modern Third Imperium is. And they've been there for, several decades, if not centuries, before the arrival of man, followed by the discovery of Tiberium. So they're looking more to preserve their own way of life and their own living and just kind of find a way back into society. But after some recent political plays by the evil-ish Rendelex Corporation seeking to monopolize all of the resources on this planet, earn an immense profit off of this harvesting, and further monopolize their development of the ship development industry, they've made a play trying to frame both the government and another corporation to actually, and they've successfully become the legal government of the planet Dunix. Now, both the crew of the Mumbai and the Dauntless kind of met here on Dunix, and through a Dunisian resistance force titled Operation Dunisian Freedom, which currently is very little more than a few hundred people, hiding in a very large crack in a mountain with some military technology and the capability to hide away a few starships, where they have been harvesting resources, developing their technical skills, building machinery, gathering weapons, surveilling the continent, watching market trends, and just generally awaiting player inputs to find out how they can strike back, grow their organization in the public face, gain public awareness, and cripple their enemies so that they can reclaim the Dunix planet. And so, since the Mumbai is so fat and fucking slow, they actually got separated from the Dauntless, which didn't feel like waiting around a week after every jump to wait for them. So they have no idea where the Dauntless is. So they just kind of came back to home base, and they are here on Dunix. So on Mumbai currently, we have Esmeralda Salazar, we have Habib Singh, we have Buck Warsaw, we have the guy who flies the ship, and we have the very customizable and lovable robot Window. And they land, they meet with the commander, they learn about a few side missions. They celebrate for the holidays. They enjoy the stay. And at some point, when everyone is merrily drunk at the end of one of the nights, they're meeting with a lot of the other cast and crew of the Resistance, where they bump into Mr. Oliver, who seems to have taken an interest in this starship after being stranded here in this hole in the wall for whichever reasons to come, as he's about to decide. So some people might be dancing, some people drinking, talking, but throughout the couple of moments here, this hewn-out hollow of a room that's just been carved and drilled into the internal crack of a mountain, Minecraft style, has Christmas lights strung along the walls and ceilings, some tables out on the periphery, and it's just blaring low-quality music.
The Cabin Club.
Yep. But the whole place is somewhat reminiscent of like the city at the bottom of the earth in the Matrix. Small, contains very few people, but they have all the things that they... as our friend Bally pipes in for another moment here. But, so, amongst loud music, cheap drinks, and general celebration of a very free Dunisian people, is where Oliver bumps into the crew of the Mumbai for the first time, as our lovable, long robot with a TV in his chest, which is also his head, scrawny, singular torso that connects to a tripod of treaded wheels supporting him on both sides, and a flexible joint of the torso with the TV, and then two flexible arms and small, very long but thin, like pincer kind of crane game hand. Robot Window comes up and drives right in front of Oliver, and then kind of bobs back and forth, wacky arm flailing two-man style for a couple of seconds before finally coming still. And then very rapidly shoots one hand forward with the crane completely open while exclaiming, "Hi! I'm Window!"
Oliver takes his hand and is like, very, very nice to meet you. You seem like an interesting creature.
I'm back.
How can I help you?
Don't want to be.
I'm Window!
Oh god.
Yep. That's basically what's going on.
I'm gonna go back to eating my organic peanut butter and jelly
Far
sandwich.
too much.
Well, Window,
So
it's been very, very nice to meet you and all that, but wait. You didn't happen to see my performance on Altair 7. Is that why you're here? Are you a fan?
No!
Oh, well, I was going to give you my autograph, but
Yes!
okay. I pull out a Sharpie and be like, where do you want it? On you, or do you have something for me to autograph?
I'm Window!
I autograph right on the screen.
Yep.
At this point, I'm sure the rest of the crew of the Mumbai has seen this tragic display of ego versus ineptitude, and either pities or admires the man capable of sustaining a conversation with Window for more than a minute. Perhaps
Let me
excited
rescue
in
you, friend.
curiosity.
How about a drink?
Jeff just cries on the inside knowing that another idiot is here.
That would be a tremendous idea. Drinks are perfect for everyone. I'll take one.
I'll drink to that. Cling.
I'll drink one too.
Doesn't even have a drink in his hand. I just smash him in the fingers. Like,
Now that's the spirit, but we're jumping ahead of things. Barkeep, give me a keg.
Yes!
I like this man's
Out of
style.
And punch that annoying television thing.
Well, and then a moment later, Window comes back in with a keg under each hand, like just these long, flimsy limbs, each effortlessly carrying the 100-pound keg.
You know what? Never mind. I rescind that. To the founder of our drink.
Jeff debates the pros and cons of drinking and flying.
Tell me, Oliver.
Pros,
How long
everyone
have you been here
dies.
on-
Cons, the ship gets
I look around like,
damaged.
where the fuck am I? Unix.
Nice.
Well, I will tell you that not too long ago, I was rejected as the official actor of our great king of Altair 6.
Ah, fellow man of the arts. And I do a stiff
Yes.
bow.
And before that, I was kicked out of the Zagorian Theater Company. And
Justin
before
forgets who he's playing.
Well, before that, I don't quite remember. I was probably drunk. But even before that, I would know I was kicked out of something else.
So you consider yourself an actor?
It's pronounced acteur, but yes.
Wonderful. I'm always looking for men of taste.
There's a Gordon Theater Company. I've seen many of their productions.
Taste.
My favorite is Cats.
Now, you might think I meant the Zagorian Theater Company on Zagora. I actually meant the other Zagorian Theater Company out of the closet behind the stairs in the Thoria mining belt.
Closet behind the stairs. Are you speaking of the one known as Potter? I have seen this movie. It is a classic.
No, I'm not sure what you're talking about, but
I'm gonna fucking kill you.
God, I hate this.
All right. At this point, so the commander comes up, grabs Habib and Oliver, and goes, Habib, Buck, I need the two of you to come with me now. Grab the rest of your crew.
As I'm still like blowing off on a drink like it's hot as I'm
All right.
All right, now, see,
Put
he
your
grabbed
drink down. I
Oliver
slapped
and
the drink
Habib
out of his
and
hands.
addressed them as Buck and Habib. Yanked them along.
Oh.
can we bring the keg? We just
No,
got
you're
that
gonna leave the
thing.
goddamn keg back here.
Oliver, come with me.
I smacked the drink out of Esmeralda's hands and
How
Exactly how
continue
that would
going.
go.
Oh my friend, your drink is spilled. Let me pour you another.
Buck doesn't drink.
And I'm not. Oh, you're Buck.
I'm Buck.
I'm Window!
Window, grab the keg.
Yes! And a moment later, you're all cooped up in the commander's tragically small bedroom / office with 2 kegs and the 5 of you. Sloppily pouring yourself the next round as he looks up and goes, I apologize to bring the celebrations to an abrupt end, but I've received word that there might be a deadline on extracting our commander from Offit.
Wait a second, a deadline? Wait, what time is it?
So the planet has gone from a regular to amber to red zone and containment. And it's now been enforced by an entire brigade of the Navy after the scouts failed to manage in the containment. It seems like there might be plans to perform an artillery planetary bombardment of unpopulated zones in order to contain whatever threat may be imposed within. While we have absolutely no clearance, capability, equipment, or permissions to extract our individual from this planet, it seems that we must do so immediately.
This is most unfortunate.
I'm just slumped down on my chair. Like, you took my drink away. So I whip out a flask. Quick sip. Put it back. This sounds like a job for the Dauntless.
Totally is.
We are more than capable. We don't need those bastards every time. I mean, perhaps, but we could surely do this job ourselves. Yes?
Every
We
time
must
we
make
work
a name
with
for
them,
ourselves in this
Is it-
universe.
we almost die. I vote we work with them again.
Oh, that's what Jeff says.
Who has
Yeah.
said this? Jeff? Have you
Jeff.
talked? He talked.
Shut up, Jeff! You owe me 4 months' pay!
Jeff does not respond to anyone. He has said his much for the month.
Right. Well, who here speaks for the well-being and rights of the Tunisian freedom and, besides the future orientation of the ship?
My hand would go up.
Yeah, that guy.
I think Leaf's hand would go up. Window's hand would go
Window,
up. Yeah.
for the record, does not speak for any of the Tunisian resistance.
I once
Maybe
played
the
a
robot.
Tunisian resistance member in one of my theater performances. It was quite spectacular. So very obviously, I am the best choice to lead this mission.
Right. Look, we all look forward to seeing him again, and I don't believe that under current leadership that the morale and, the charismatic future of our organization has much to go without returning him home. So I don't care who does it, as long as it happens and within the month. Now, given your Warp 1 capable ship, it seems like you're going to have to leave a little sooner than later. That's why I pulled you aside before you continued drinking yourself into a drunken stupor that would last a weekend. I recommend you depart immediately. have any questions?
That's a good plan. I'm already 2 days late to my performance anyway.
What do you mean would?
A month is perfect. It is just long enough for Jeff to actually say something else.
Habib, I hear Arthur has some fantastic artwork we could confiscate? No, that's the wrong.
Appropriate.
It has beautiful cities, masterful workmanship, architecture, very unique to its unusual biome. It's, the terraforming project that we're undertaking there. A lot of things that are very unique to a planet that will no longer exist at the end of the month.
You can't just say their red light
Yes, we could
district
preserve
is to
their cultural
die
heritage.
for.
Think of the price we would pay in Zagora for such art.
I have to go pee, but I can't first because
Alright, as Bally needs to go pee.
Who is this man and why must he urinate?
yeah, but I can't.
He can't.
I want to know why he can't pee now. God damn it, Brendan, you could have let us in on that conversation.
What's the rest of the story?
Well, anyways. Habib, think of the riches we could uncover while attempting to, I don't know, pick someone up? Was that the deal? I missed that whole part. I don't know.
Yes, there is much artwork there. Very good resale value on the artwork. I am a fine purveyor of the arts, in fact. An expert eye.
Why did you hire an art expert?
Do I need to show you the way back to your own ship?
Yes.
We
Get
can
on
find it,
there
I'm
and get going!
pretty sure. And I'll
You have
stumble out
so
of the
much
room.
anger.
Jeff, I give you permission to harm these men until you get.
Jeff, I give you permission to harm these men.
For the first time in any of their lives, they see Jeff crack a smile.
Why would we need to steal paintings? I'm an accomplished painter in my own.
Jeff harms all of
I
her
paint
clothes
a
off.
stick figure.
Harms all their clothes off?
Jeff harms all of her clothes off.
Oh.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That.
So
remember.
he's striking. I am a distinguished, and then describe how he gets harmed.
I just stomp on his foot with my foot. I start small, work my way up.
Ouch.
Yeah. Oliver, your speech gets interrupted as you stumble forward in pain. As a small, quiet Mexican man is grinning ear to ear. Go!
Okay, we have.
You care so little for the well-being of your leader.
I'm already like pinned up against the wall. Like,
My beer is warm, yet I keep drinking it.
Yeah. All right, it is time for us to leave. We go on an adventure of which we may never return. Window, bring the keg.
Damn it!
Yeah. We're
Oh
gonna
my
be so
God.
long in warp, we will need it.
Stumbled forward again
Do
into the
Sikhs
hallway.
drink?
I don't know, but he probably recognizes the fact that you fuckers are gonna need it.
All right.
Let me find out. That's a good question.
So, Habib and friends return to the Mumbai, where they scuttle into their shitty little rooms amid tons of space to put shit,
They cannot drink. I googled it.
which currently houses nothing. And off the Mumbai
It is
goes.
forbidden.
Jump over to this map.
Habib does not partake.
You guys are currently in section C6, a planet labeled Dunix in red, C-class starport, as you have to go exactly 3 clicks down to off it. Here's the thing, you can only jump one time at a time, 1 hex at a time, and you can only jump twice before needing refuel. Let's do some basic elementary arithmetic and see if you guys can make it all the way to off it in a single jump. E minus 2 times. It seems you'll be taking a different path. So who's carting the way?
I don't even look at a chart.
I once played an astrogator. I will use
You know what, Oliver? I'm going to let you make any roll you want with an acting roll at a -5 penalty.
Wait, you say -5?
Yes.
That's kind of harsh. Maybe like a
Only a
-3.
-2, yeah.
Well, like, if it's a bad trait, and then, like, you untrain -3, versus his good trait acting at his plus whatever. I once pretended I was good at this.
Jeff,
I love it.
You just enter the numbers in this black box, and it magically converts them into a mathematical formula. Yeah, this isn't working. Get my agent.
Work on
Jeff stabs Oliver in the thigh with a fork.
Well, fork you
Jeff
too.
looks over, why are you on my bridge?
Jeff, why are you trying to eat Oliver?
Jeff
We're
looks at
friends.
Wonky like,
Not
I
"You're
feel like an
dicks."
action team adventure would go much better with the Dauntless than the Mumbai.
Probably.
Esmeralda's like just drunk in the cargo hold looking around the emptiness like, what do we fill this with?
The bodies of Habib and Oliver and their families.
I like look outside the ship and I'm like, are there any crates on the dock to load?
Alright, so Window goes back to his normal post as the pilot, sensor operator, communications officer, and navigator.
Because everyone else is fucking useless.
The virtual intelligence does the rest.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, here's my character sheet.
I
Yeah,
want
so-
Window to actually be the ship's
Tips what?
Jarvis.
Well, so the all the different speakers on the ship blare up, like, and the lights above them turn on, so you know to get ready for an announcement from Briggs. Oh, window!
Oh,
Yeah, well, your mom was at the door.
Who has given him control of the speaker?
I probably wander over to one of the cargo nets, just land in it and prepare myself for warmth that way.
And then, Jeff, you get a message from Window.
Oh yeah, what's it say?
It says, "Hello, my astute companion. I appear to be in dire need of your services. May you please make a prompt arrival at the central seat in the brig so that you may commandeer our ship forward into the black horizon from which we must emerge to obtain our precious commander from the planet Offit. I have charted the necessary course to Aluzadi, and it appears we'll be ready to arrive in 8 days."
Yeah, right. Jeff goes to the fucking captain's pilot's chair or whatever. He's not gonna question what the fuck just happened.
Was it clearly from Window?
It was a text message.
Jeff understands the inability to express oneself through speech satisfactorily.
Alright. So Esmeral's standing in the cargo bay, spinning his arms around and screaming about how empty it is. Jeff's flying the ship. We know what Window's doing. What's everyone else up to?
Oliver goes to the cargo bay as well and starts screaming simultaneously, calling it improv.
Oh, joining Esmeralda in the dramatic skit.
Buck sitting on the steps cleaning his gun what the fuck is happening?
Throwing his hands up in the air. Why, God, why? He falls to his knees in a fit.
I go sit myself at a sensors console or something.
You watch the bleep of nothingness in hyperspace instead of watching us.
Yeah, probably.
Can you imagine if you were in hyperspace, knowing there's nothing around you, and you saw a sensor blip?
Wait, you stole my next plot point.
Wrecked.
Yeah.
I don't think I can run my extreme roulette tonight.
Alright, 1 week later, you guys arrive at Aluzadi. The only thing I know about Aluzadi is its name and the fact that it's a planet with a D-class starport. So let's pop open our planet's handout. What else there is to know about it?
Handout? You're giving us something, okay.
What the hell's going on? I saw
Well, we
something
made
on the
this
screen.
8 months ago when we started playing and then haven't really looked at it since, except for me.
Wait, there's a section called Blah.
Airless.
It's awesome. Alright, which one?
Section called what?
Blah. At the very far right of this. It says Blah.
What?
Yeah.
It's a column called Blah.
Why would I have put that there? I don't know anymore.
Alright, we're going to Aluzadi.
I want to be on that.
That
Is that how you pronounce that?
Damon and John's homeworld.
apparently it's temperate but airless, which I don't know how you could achieve without air. But the dice say that it is, so apparently it has a survivable environment but no air. Sci-fi's a
Yes.
cool thing, isn't it?
The creatures are anaerobic. They survive off of something else.
It's your mom.
It's like a Mercury-style planet where it's
Your
super
mama's
small.
so
It
fat.
doesn't have enough gravity to hold
Plants
an
can live
atmosphere.
off her ass with no air.
Well, there's fewer than 1 million people living there. Oh, look at this. All right, so there's bubble cities. So they contain their air within giant bubbles and travel probably around underground
Wormhole
from place to place. And apparently there's an out-of-control wormhole generator that, if uncontained, will swallow the entire system. Maybe a quest for another day. You guys want to do anything in particular at Aluzadi? The starport's a giant bubble. You guys fly underground and then come up into the bubble, and then you dock, and there's a big city in
Which crew are we playing again?
Mumbai.
Alright, I'm not doing
There's like
shit.
10 to 20,000 people under this bubble.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing anything. I'm staying on the ship.
I find a market and put on a series of monologue performances.
Okay. While he's
Without-
doing that, does
without
anyone
my
want to
hat
buy
for
things at the market?
credits.
Wait, the Mumbai crew is allowed to buy things? Sounds like a bad idea.
Well, you guys are the ones that actually haul goods around to make a profit off of stuff.
Yeah, no.
Dude, I'm gonna buy some drugs.
What type
I
of
buy
drugs?
another keg.
I have no idea what kind of drugs there are in this world.
Well,
Maybe I
I
won't
mean,
do
like,
that.
do you want drugs that do a thing, or do you want drugs that that go in a crate that you just sell somewhere else?
Oh wait, do we have any like combat stimulant type things?
Yeah, fast drugs.
Ooh, fast drugs. That sounds like fun. No other way I'm gonna manage to save this fucking crew from dying. So
Single-handedly.
let's do it.
All right. Let's see here. Scrolling down to the drugs section of the equipment. What's everyone else up to? Monologue, looking for drugs. Best part is when you guys get on off it, you're going to be like 4 weeks ahead of the Dauntless as they spend the entire time looking for you.
Well, we should probably go look and figure out what kind of art this place has, since we're going to check out
Alright.
some art, right?
So there's stim drugs, which removes fatigue. There's combat drugs. This drug increases reaction time and improves the body's ability to cope with trauma, aiding the user in combat. You add +4 to your initiative at the start of combat. You may dodge once each round with no effect on your initiative. Yeah, and you reduce all damage suffered by 2 points.
That sounds like a good one. That's the kind of thing I want.
1,000 credits per dose. Then there's also fast drug.
How many credits?
Oh no, you want the other one. Sorry, slow drug. Combat drug is slow drug. 1,000 credits per dose.
Okay.
Oh,
That was
here, slow
interesting.
drug. Okay. Boost the user's reaction time to superhuman levels. To everyone else, to the user, everyone else appears to be slower. You add 8 to your initiative at the start of combat. You can dodge up to twice each round with no effect on your initiative.
What is this?
The slow drug. It's like take it to get matrix powers.
Gotcha.
When the drug wears off, your system crashes and you suffer 2d6 points of damage and you're exhausted for a day.
Let's do the first one.
Okay.
Not the second one.
Second one's cheaper. Get more initiative out of it.
Wait, it is?
Takes 500 credits per dose.
Oh.
It gives you double the initiative things, but it doesn't give you the DR2.
I'd rather have the DR2. Like, I want to be like Juggernaut style. I'm fucking unstoppable.
So you've taken bath salts.
Yeah.
I feel like there was an anime based off of a drug like that. Is it Cowboy Bebop?
I think so.
I think that Cowboy Bebop had a
Like the very first episode was this
performance
guy.
enhancing drug like that. I feel like I remember that. That sounds really familiar.
Yeah, like the very first episode, somebody took this drug and became like unstoppable.
Kenny?
Yeah?
I do buy a deck of playing cards.
Okay. We're going to say that was in the ship's locker and you already had it, but you go and buy another
No,
one.
you
also
wanted to
for
buy
free.
a special one, yeah.
Yeah.
So what's special about this other one?
It is a completely gold lined.
Classy.
All right, you're good to go. So Buck goes off, spends an evening looking for a dealer before he rolls his barter to see how many drugs he's getting. What's everyone else up to?
Looking for art, not drugs, probably.
All right, you can roll the same roll to see how much art type stuff you're finding.
I would help him out.
Wait, do I need to roll for the drugs?
What's the art?
Just to see how good of a deal you get, yeah. What's the skill to buy stuff?
Trade.
Broker.
Streetwise?
Broker.
No, there's actually trade too.
You could use Streetwise to look for drugs, yeah.
Let's do that.
There's broker is separate from trade.
Nice roll, buddy.
There is
roll.
trade, yeah.
Dude, that's the sexiest roll I've seen all day.
Trade is actually learning a trade, like being a farmer. It's the profession still.
okay.
Broker is the trading.
I have broker.
I would attempt to
Oh, no, I don't.
What's
find
Wrong
my
character.
more, social contacts.
What stat,
See
Kenny?
who was selling anything with
Charisma.
with I would hope would be
Or
a
social
browse
standing.
check.
What are you looking for with crowds?
I'm entertaining my social contacts that I would maybe have on this.
All right, go ahead and roll crowds. See what comes of that. Oh. All right. Brokering for art. Well, you managed to find an art dealer. He's got plenty of art for sale. And let's see here, with a 5, the amount of time that you'd find, you'd have to buy it for like 120% price or something. Art over here.
For Habib?
So you could roll again, but it would be like a whole nother day of looking for another buyer. So you got a 5. So yeah, it'd be 125% price. It would probably be a luxury good. You guys have 1.5 million credits accessible to you right now through the profits from the last term of what the Freedom made with their little business. You guys want to buy anything? You want to buy luxury goods, or you're going to say, hey, that's a ripoff and not want to buy that?
Habib would make that call by himself because I'm into my friends
so Habib,
trying to find a lead on some.
Could not hear anything with.
Habib, are you buying?
Background.
Are you buying art at 125% price?
No, I'd probably recognize that it was a terrible price, and I couldn't get a good deal on art.
All right. Similarly, Buck, you find one guy. He's willing to sell you drugs at 200% price.
Okay, that sounds like a great deal.
All right. How many doses you want? Be careful.
Buck doesn't understand math.
Great, let him do it.
Buck isn't paid to do math. I was told I could do whatever I want with this
Who
money.
fucking needs math when bits bounce off of you and time is slow? How many you want?
You know what? That's a damn good point, man. I like the way you think.
Look, I don't got
5.
all day.
I'll take 5.
All right, 10K.
10K. I got that. Fucking cake.
All right, you guys are at 1.5 million minus 10K.
Habib does the budget anyway.
So 10K disappears. You got 5 doses of stem drugs. Here. Habib.
Yes.
Oliver provides you with the absolute worst painting you have ever seen of your wife. I'm assuming it was it's your wife with all of her clothes off.
What? Jeff suddenly leaps up.
This is an outrage!
But it's like a crayon drawing, and where you accidentally wrote out of the lines.
The most terrible drawing I've ever seen. How can you consider yourself an artist? This is disgusting.
It's like natural 1 out of 36 level bed.
Are we supposed to sell this here? I can't even. My life is ruined.
You had a life?
Esmeralda goes and entertains some people that he knows and meets a few contacts at his party for the evening. Otherwise, you guys are ready to depart from Eluzadi. A week later, you're coming out of warp to another new, never-before-visited planet, because you always previously had a Warp 2 capable ship of Amber. This one just inside of remaining Imperial.
Oh, see, I was hoping it was ombre.
Ombre?
I would have a very, Latino to it.
Ombre. Or Umber.
Everyone would be cooking tacos and, having music
Ombre
everywhere.
now. What do we know about Ombre? Absolutely fucking nothing except for
Why is it?
So nothing in particular exciting happens on Ombre as you jump then south to Sonali. Another week passes. If only the Dauntless could go this fast.
I wish, yeah.
This is how the classic Traveler game goes, by the way. You're like, you go to this planet, and then that.
Sonali is not on this list.
Yeah, it is. It has an inert atmosphere. It's cold. It has no biosphere. 1 million plus people. It's only at tech level 5. So Sonali is actually an amber zone. As your ship AI reminds you as you warp up, and says all planetary contact with Sonali is actually forbidden by the Imperial government of. So there's a high port above the station in orbit. You're allowed to dock there, but you are absolutely forbidden from going to the planet.
So we should totally land on this planet and
Jeff
introduce
offers to
ourselves.
eject Oliver Cromwell without a spacesuit towards the planet.
Introduce ourselves as their gods and show them fire and stuff.
Oh, you completely missed that entire 5-week session. Sun gods.
Sun gods.
In short, we spent a 1 to 2 months on a campaign session centered around that theme.
Oh yeah, fucking Gorak.
Out of character,
Why was he the king god?
in character, I was
Totally serious.
totally serious.
Once again, Jeff is totally serious about offering to space Oliver Cromwell to the planet.
Who's Cromwell?
You know,
Who's
Jeff,
this? Who's this?
I don't know.
Oliver's name is very clearly Oliver
contributed
Closon.
much.
Oliver Cromwell can suck a dick.
Good thing there's no man with this name. Who is this you speak of?
Just done talking for the rest of the trip.
Habib, I think we should refuel and get on our merry way.
I do not
thought
want to
I
go to
got
this
on the
planet.
ship like 3 or 4 weeks ago to go to my next performance, like on the same planet. Where are we?
Oh, Oliver, don't worry about it, my friend. No, please, if you would come with us, it will be much more engaging.
I suppose I'm only 4 weeks and 2 days late to my performance, so I'm sure they're all just waiting a little bit longer. What?
Need Kenny to turn Zeke down on his team speed.
Somehow we got unmuted on Roll20 again.
Damn you, Roll20.
We're good.
Why do you
Okay.
suck?
Mute Chrome, too.
I suppose.
Yeah.
Alright, keep going. Alright, so nothing happens at Sonali. You guys regas up. You jump out to Authit. Come out a little distant at Authit, where your computer informs you this time that Authit is actually a red zone. Not only is it forbidden under Imperial law to go to the planet, but it is actually it's illegal to be in the immediate airspace within the 100 diameter limit, and recommends that you immediately jump back out. There's nothing for you. You get a dozens of comm tails, it seems, from various beacon drones just broadcasting.
Habib, I saw you
Yeah.
eating peanuts.
Somebody roll sensors. Or sorry, comms, not sensors.
Yes.
I'll do it anyway.
Where do you recommend we go?
Nope, that's not right.
We were getting fuel,
DC
right?
-1.
I fixed it.
Alright, well, it would be a +2, so it'd be good enough. Like a dozen different feminine voices that all seem to be saying the same message start coming up at once until down to one. Just... Warning. Docking at Authit. Forbidden under Imperial law. Red zone in effect under lethal force. Warning. Disable all communication. Preserve life on your ship. Authorized under Imperial law by lethal force.
What do you say, Habib? Do we go dark and crash land?
And then
dark.
the one other call cuts in from the dozens of others. It seems to be hailing you.
Put them on the screen. Boop.
You hear a non-human voice. Hello.
Hello?
And the screen comes up and they immediately disable the camera and goes, this is Octu. The Madari. Were you planning on making it onto the planet?
Yes.
Like I need your assistance and you need mine. I propose a trade.
Okay.
Oliver butts in.
Yeah,
Not
see,
familiar
I
with
have
this
a,
man.
I have a very important package that needs a high-profile, well-paying clients aboard the. But there's a fleet of warships that would shoot me down if I were to do so. You are willing to take the risk? I could provide you with some of the ready for your survival aboard the planet. And a fee if you return.
See, now we're talking.
Oliver, if you want to act, jump in.
Yeah, Oliver jumps in and is like, Why, that sounds like a magnificent proposition and a perfect adventure for the majestic Captain Blake Donovan.
Who the fuck
very
is
well,
this?
Blake Donovan. We must dock in several moments.
Master of
I'll be warping out to you shortly. I highly recommend that you disable all broadcasts before the Imperium finds you. Or worse.
Agreed. Esmeralda, flip the dongles. Habib, switch the switches. Buck, well, do whatever you do, Buck.
Perhaps you misunderstood. Not just your ship. Your communicators, your weapons, your sensors, your equipment, your tools, your gadgets. Everything goes dark.
What about the lights? Can we leave those on?
I don't think you understand the point of going dark, Oliver.
Looks like we got it.
Wait,
Switch
sorry,
those
not
stones.
Oliver. What did you say your name was?
Buck Donovan.
Buck?
Blake Donovan.
Blake.
Sorry.
Okay, I say
Yeah.
I'm Buck. Can't be Buck too.
Yeah.
Or can he?
Could he be
Don't even
Tim?
fucking
Buck
start with
too?
me, Jeff.
Fuck off, Buck.
Very well. We will go down.
I need to sleep.
Terrific. And then you start seeing a warp signature like a couple miles from your ship on the sensors.
We flip the dongles and switch.
I walk over and I start just clicking things off. No idea what the fuck I'm doing.
Yep.
You guys hear the HVAC turn off? No longer oxygen being pumped into your rooms.
Good.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna roll an engineering electronics just to life support just to be sure.
Take a very deep breath and just hope.
But as you're looking out the glass in the brakes, you see a little like white dot appear, in the direction that the sensors had said, and you see it start slowly growing into a disc. Still very much so small at this distance. This disc starts growing out to 10, 20 feet diameter. And then a little green pod comes rocketing out of it, and the disc closes behind it.
Apparently, I actually kick ass at turning things off because I got a nat 36.
You fucking passed.
Good going.
Alright, well,
Wow.
so
Emerald salad.
you guys are disabling all of your comms, all of your controls, gears, weapons, lights, whatever. Alright. As you continue looking around for more things to turn on.
820 called. We'll have someone there within 20 more minutes.
Hey guys! We should probably turn off Window. He makes so much noise.
Back and then
He's trying to give him away. Window, come here. Come here.
While we're at
Habib's
it,
chasing around the cargo hold.
can you take a pencil and shove it down Bally's throat?
Bally? Why?
I could hear Bally.
I walk in front of the window as he
I didn't
comes
even
around and
hear
I just click the off button on the monitor.
Your natural 36, sure. And you just
Yep. As he runs past.
So yeah, and then you guys hear a thud up against the rear cargo bay. Other one, thunk, like a ship bumping. And then you hear it start docking with one of your docking collets.
Habib,
Out of the
do we
cargo bay.
open the door? Isn't that an electronic?
It should be.
I say, is there a manual hydraulic control?
I'll get the door.
Just open the airlock.
Says that we can't hear him.
Hear him yelling
comes.
through the other side of the airlock.
I try opening the door using my acting. It doesn't work.
You better be fucking glad it didn't work.
Give it another shot there, Oliver.
You don't need a vac suit or anything.
Roll again, Oliver.
The actual rear cargo door isn't airlocked. Like, it's just for when you're on a planet and you're moving stuff over after you've already docked. And there's side airlocks that are like 10 feet by 10 feet.
I repeat, give it another go. All over.
Press the button.
Doesn't that mean that that's the one that's exposed to like open space?
Yeah, you'd open it and just vent everything in your entire. Now go to the airlocks, which aren't.
Okay, I go to that.
Alright, well, good thing it's a +6 check, and you press the fucking glowing blue button, and the airlock opens. Yeah, and you see, so 1 week of experience to whoever gives the best description of a Madari. Go.
Madari?
Space turtle.
A giant.
Oh yeah,
shit
totally a
with a
space.
It
giant
looks like that turtle from
turban.
Franklin.
Yeah.
Anthropomorphic.
Now is this turtle carrying nunchucks with it?
Nope.
They all
Nope.
wear monocles that are
They're-
like biometric monocles.
We got Space Turtle, and what else?
It's a space turtle that smells horrifically like curry. Like just
curry.
all over the ship.
That for some reason Jeff finds intoxicating.
Jeff hates Habib with every bone in his body.
They paint on their shells to identify
Alright, wait,
what
we're going
faction
with
they
space
belong
turtles?
to.
Yes.
Like, that was unanimous. Like, the one thing you guys fucking agree on in less than a second is that the Madari, this entire primary race of our game, is fucking Space Turtles.
That's what you get for having the Mumbai crew play today.
Oh, the Madari? Yeah,
The
Space
Madari!
Turtle. Yeah, they're definitely space turtles. I mean,
Yeah,
how
keep the
did you
link,
not
we'll
see that
appreciate it.
coming? It's the only way to create the Volus without literally creating the Volus.
Right? So, yes, this, like, stubby dwarven figure with a hard chest and shell on its back and, like, non-jointed green legs kind of, like, waddles in.
And he has to have his own rebreather because they breathe a different atmosphere.
Yep. And then it just has this helmet with these, like, tubes going down under the shell.
Yeah,
I'm kind of
I am
imagining like a
very
fishbowl.
finally
atmosphere.
figure out this conundrum.
I'm imagining like a fishbowl on his head, and you see like fish swimming around in it.
He eats one.
He turns around, Servolus, bring the package in.
oxygen is poison.
You see another turtle just pushing this, like, D-ton of something onto your ship. Tremendously strong, if not slow. Right. He hands you a data chip and goes, access this on a comm without wireless on. Now, things to know about Offit. Not turn wireless on. Further questions?
Yeah, why
what's your
why
mother's
can't I
number?
find the Wi-Fi network?
Alright. You understand that this is a
land?
red zone, correct?
Oh my god.
Does that
the
mean
Madari
they're just like one of those
appreciate your
super
business.
secure passwords? Or
Zone es rojo?
Rojo.
El zona es rojo,
Hello,
sí.
Galactic Common.
Es muy peligroso.
Oh. No bueno.
so no
Muy
to the
mal.
Wi-Fi.
There's a city, several cities, but there's one in particular, the one closest on your side. It's addressed in there. In some of the barracks outside of this particular starport city, we expect there to be a group of individuals sheltered in a mountain. You deliver the package, come back to us, you will receive your payment.
See,
Now, up front, we are providing information to ensure that our package arrives unharmed. Questions about what to expect. We have very little time. We do not want to risk exposure. They have a lisp.
estoy muy bueno.
We do
En
not
la
want to risk
trabajo.
exposure
Hmm.
to the
La
Imperial
trabajo.
Navy.
Is it?
No, I don't. Whatever.
Well, thank you for your time, esteemed one.
That's it?
Sí. Vámonos. Vámonos.
The other one turns over and goes,
Pizza.
you are either very confident individuals or doomed to die. We'll see you in a few days.
Yep, and I'll see if
It's
I can get this
win-win either
Wi-Fi
way.
network working. These uncivilized parts of space.
He turns around and starts dragging his feet and tail back towards his pod as he does a penguin waddle.
Waddle, waddle, waddle.
Good luck, comrades.
Waddle, waddle, waddle.
All right. Do we need a break?
I'm good.
I'm good.
Sure.
Anyone?
I could use a short break.
All right.
They're gonna.
So, 3-minute break. Be back here at 9 o'clock. And I will reconvene with an opening scene. Go. 3, 2, 1, go. Welcome back, viewers, to part 3 of today's episode. And we're going to return now with an opening scene of a frozen city at the center of an intersection. Street lights for 3 lanes where hover cars and cars would be able to crisscrossing traffic because, the typical apartments and offices lace both sides. Snow is several inches deep on the ground and frozen over at the top. Snow drifts built up against several of the windowsills on top of each of the buildings in sight. As we, click to another view of the edge of the city where the forest, while large trees are frigid in, and another click over to these barren mountains that look like the Alps, and click to another street in the city, and another. This varying sized building is just all swallowed and empty by this. And we click again to another scene, just looking straight down a street in the frozen city. But this one has just bodies of people. Streaks of blood and gore out of them, but their bodies are just frozen solid. Icicles against the ground. Dozens of them within the immediate view. Click again to another intersection in an industrial zone. You see there's cars just kind of parked across the street. All blown open, caught, frozen open. But similarly, just all the bodies adhered to the ground. A click inside a hospital, you can see a room of frozen bodies. Each of them, there's a room of frozen bodies, and there seems to be a single handgun in the front and center of the screen. That the freshest body that hasn't frozen yet seems to have just set down in his final moments. As we start clicking through again, seeing bodies of this desolate. And then it clicks again, and we see people, about 12 people, just standing amidst several of other bodies all around. And then finally back to the original opening of the described intersection. And there's a single individual that we zoom in on. There's a man standing, shirt, underwear, just standing with a smile, looking perfectly forward, not really doing anything, is not perfectly centered, but just roughly in the center of the intersection as he just looks forward.
That's gonna be pissed.
Periodically moving his head. And then we hear some screeching of tires as a half track with a grav carrier on the back comes screeching around the corner like an armored vehicle, Humvee, some sort of modern equivalent, just mows down this individual as it become a smear of red. And this vehicle comes storming, screeching forward, and the second one hot on its tail, rapidly maneuvering around the streets. Cut inside of the vehicle, and we see 2 people in the dress of the Imperial Scouts. They're yelling back and forth, like, "Is the autoloader ready?" And then you hear a voice up from a turret above, like, "No, not yet. Target's not in sight. Keep going, floor it, go." It's like, "No, there's not enough time. We have to radio out. You cannot turn off the jammer. There's no time." The driver leans over and pulls back on a lever. The person talking, goes, "I hope you're right about this. Target in sight, coming from the turret above is, every couple of seconds the 2 vehicles go screeching around the corner. What? Target locked. And then stunk. It's firing it! And then as we zoom out from the other vehicle, the one half-track, Humvee style vehicle locks onto the other, unloading heavy machine gun bullet, pops a tire, burns some equipment, and we see it, flying, skidding over its own railings and bursts into flames. And then a crowd of people, just in miscellaneous attire, come running around the corner, just sprinting after this vehicle as it continues burning through the street. And then, as streaking around again, you start hearing laser fire. What's going on up there? And the person above. He goes, "Oh my god!" And then you streak of laser fire, and the gunner's taken out. I told you not to disable the jammer. Re-enables it. And he says, "Get us out of here! Go, go, go!" Because I've lost control. Looks up and you see from the coming around a corner, out of sight, a mixed crowd of people, bodies that are still in front of them. Like 15-foot tall armored mech, similar to AT-ST from Star Wars, rounds the corner and turns towards them, and several blue LEDs flash red, almost in sync with the man's steering wheel and all of his controls, and it gets locked out. And the vehicle slams on the brakes as they go tumbling and screeching sideways, just 10 feet in front of this AT-8, this walker, which turns, and you hear a laser start firing as they rapidly start trying to unlock the doors to push it open, rolling the windows down all in vain. Nothing's working. And they both look up out from the view of the turret that's now little more than an open, exposed sunroof. And your whole vehicle gets wasted.
What in the holy fuck did we just get ourselves into?
As we cut back up to the Mumbai, you see a single glint, a titanium speck of some vehicle approaching you with conventional thrusters. You would assume it's probably trying to hail you or censor you, but you can't tell because your comms and sensors are off.
No, I believe we're being approached.
Would you not
Probably.
go?
It'll take like an hour for it to get here. You all right,
When
Brendan?
in October.
Addressing
I'm
his
really
radiation
curious.
burns. All right. Well, he'll sort that out and get back on at some point. So for the remaining three of you, what do you guys do?
Oliver walks back into the bridge with Window, and you hear the end of his conversation with Window, and
Window is
he's
no
saying,
longer powered on.
Apparently, you powered him back on.
yeah.
No, why have you done this thing? All of her clothes off.
And that window is why you never double-cross two Mandari gangsters when you're in there before.
Yes!
So what are we doing again?
Pay to experience the Zeke for that transition.
Nice.
Beeb. Now, I may be just a simple curator of the finer things, but I think we should get out of the way of that incoming starship.
Would that not create a signature that they would see?
You see, I'm still looking for the Wi-Fi signal.
How do you feel about a crash landing?
A streak of a projectile goes whizzing over your ship, only missing by about 100 feet.
They know we're here! Fly, you fools!
Everything will be all right if you believe it.
I am not liking this Oliver fellow. He is much too optimistic. He cannot be human.
So am I flying in or flying away, says Jeff. Oh, Jeff's here.
Yeah, Jeff is having an internal crisis, finding himself agreeing with Watney for the first time in his life.
You mean Habib?
Yeah, Habib.
They are firing at us. We should go. To hell with the damn instructions. My family is on the ship.
What do you guys do?
Cut the engines.
I vote crash landing.
Yep,
Crash
if they
land.
kill us, you'll never get a chance to
Jeff, what do you do?
yourself.
You start the engines, Jeff. What do you do? Where do you go?
Crash land.
All right, and you just blaze at full speed forward.
Yep.
All right, and as you start ripping forward, you see that the entity in your viewport is actually a destroyer-class warship from the Imperial Navy.
We had a chance.
And another Gaussian projectile comes whizzing over, until you start burning by it, and then it takes a minute for it to react and kind of realize that you're flying straight past it. It
Wait,
burns the planet.
I've seen this before. List slightly to the left.
Lazily to the left.
Lazily to
Damn
the
it.
left.
I list lazily to the right.
Alright, Jeff, roll
How are you
pilot.
gonna get us all killed?
Jeff, roll pilot.
What?
On Jeff.
What in the
What?
fuck?
Do you need me to
Jeff,
roll
roll
something?
pilot.
What is Jeff's pilot? Like +4, right?
Ever quick gen your guy? Probably +4.
Well, the most he can have is like 2, right? 2 plus dex.
3. He could have plus
Maybe
3
1.
total.
He can have a +3.
A +3 plus dex, yeah.
Yeah.
No,
You can have one thing at
right?
+3. Alright, so yeah, you got 11. Which means that only 2 of the hitting you here. Yeah, so you guys start flying, and you see this destroyer, like, start rotating, and stunk, he's listing. And then about all 12 of its side lasers, melody style, just, like, start whirring as the 3 barrels start singing. And as bursts of brilliant red light start fading through the hull of your completely unarmored starship, blasting holes in the rooms as it vents very briefly before self-sealing. And you're just, as you look around, six are just going off in every single room. You're not getting any flashing warnings because you're off. And then a singular railgun round, you just hear thunk as your whole ship gets pulled slightly to the side, as something must have gone into and out of your cargo bay.
See, if we had listed lazily to the left, we could have avoided that hit.
And you listed
Sure.
lazily to the right.
They're about halfway through your hull before they start making it into structure and you start losing system. I'm guessing you're just blazing at full speed forward towards the planet still?
Yeah,
As you look forward, you see 2 other ships, like, well off into the distance, start rocketing your way as well, but they're not going to make it to you before the planet does. However, if anybody's looking out the rear side, you see a volley of about 12 missiles get loosed.
So Jeff's gonna have it pointed directly towards the ground at full speed, and then he's gonna make his way to the escape pod. Jeff is not joking right now.
Oliver is going to put a vac suit on, and are there any parachutes on board?
I feel like there should be one escape pod. Just one.
Please let there be a parachute on board.
Hold on.
There's 2 escape pods, each capable of housing 4 people.
I've got a better idea. The
Jeff
escape
takes
pods
one
were
for
used
himself.
when the Rendelek ships attacked the station, and Habib was too cheap to ever reinstall the new ones.
That.
So there's just 2 holes for the escape pods.
Right, no, I like this more. Alright, so there's 1 left. And Jeff, you, like, ditch the ship, and you go running by, and as you're, like, running across the cargo bay to the escape pod, you see a railgun round just go into the top and bottom of it as air starts hissing through it.
Jeff still's gonna take his chances with the escape pod.
And it detaches and just bursts into a bit of flame as it cascades away from the ship, and the doors auto-close.
Jeff.
Meanwhile, everyone else, the inertial dampeners are struggling to keep up with what is now an uncontrolled, like, death spiral. Is anyone in the bridge plan on doing anything about this? At least lasers are missing now.
Jeff has straight up just left. So I'm looking around like anyone else is gonna do anything here.
I'm with
I'm gonna hop on the damn controls and just start pulling up because I've seen it in movies.
Why did Jeff leave?
Do we have parachutes?
I go over, with Salazar to just attempt to partially mitigate this. Get over the comms and
Alright,
everybody.
one of you roll a piloting at a +2 for the assistance of the other then. So probably Habib then.
Wait, what am I doing?
And I like this Salazar roll for piloting.
I could probably be helping him with his piloting. I would probably be jumping in on this.
Alright, then you roll a pilot roll at a +2.
Pilot is a dex roll?
Yes.
It is, yes.
Yeah, so you throw both these idiots out of the way and grab the things.
Get out of here. I got this.
Oh my god.
Bitch!
Fucking actually fly shit.
You pull up, you're looking forward now, like lasers come in and burst a few parts into the windshield, is, again, air hissing out. But more of note as you enter the atmosphere at this, as flames are now coursing around the outside of your ship, and jets of flames are coming into the cockpit in the, like, micro holes that are the cracks of the S. So there's just entire lines of like jets of flame going to very particular points and black holes to the other side as you guys tripwire laser game style are having a maneuver around them. But you managed to pull it up, get through the thick of the atmosphere, under the clouds, slam on the retrograde thrusters to slow down, and the warships seem like they've stayed, dozens of radiuses, and they're not. But you look down, and there's a large frigid city, like Chicago tier city below you. Skyscrapers that descend out to industrial or residential districts. Then off on one side, there's stretch of woods separating it miles out towards a patch of cavernous mountains. But the whole planet is frigid. And you see the large starport where you'd be able to dock, kind of the sci-fi equivalent of what the football stadium is in Modern City.
Aim for the starport!
I look around. Is the pilot coming back?
No!
No, it doesn't look like it. Fuck it. Alright, I'm taking us to the starport.
At high speed.
Alright, you guys fly up and land at the starport. There's no other ships there. However, as you approach, it looks like one of the ships was set on top and some force managed to push it off the top part of the starport where it cascaded, crashed through a building, and then fell some 20 floors to the street below. But otherwise, you set outside. Your sensors tell you that the atmosphere is your sensors are off. And all is still on this square-mile circular track of raised terrain about the city.
What in the holy fuck?
Sorry, phone call.
Where do I sign up for that ringtone? Anyway, so what are you guys doing? Welcome to Office Starport A64.
Totally uncool, Jeff. He is in so much trouble.
Volskaya Industries. Every world a port. Every
Jeff
port
is
1,000 worlds.
severely disappointed by the lack of EPK.
You hear a broadcast like.
What?
That voice you hear being blasted out from the outside of the ship. Like, welcome. Welcome.
Can't imagine that destroyer is going away.
I'm at the fucking, so assuming the missiles are still coming, I'm like at the door looking outside for anybody out there, and I'm like, fuck this!
As all around, like, just buildings start crumbling. None of them seem to have managed to lock onto you still, but like, just Armageddon proceeds to just destroy the entire block around you.
When I go to leave and I like I see outside the door just a flash and like fucking the apocalypse happens in front of me.
Yeah, it's like every building except the starport, like just like 20-story scrapers collapse, some of them fall over onto each other, like just everything within 2 blocks of the starport crumbles.
Fuck! What do we do?
I mean, that was the same volley that had been following you for a minute.
No, but now that everything's been totally fucking destroyed.
Well, there's still the starport itself, which like has stuff inside of it that you can take to the street level. Or you could parachute.
I'm starting to like the parachuting idea.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, this is Habib's ship. I don't give a shit if it crashes and burns.
We are all vested in the Mumbai. Isn't this what we all came together to do? Get back at these bastards who tried to kill all of us?
Oh.
But yeah, if you guys can just imagine like an enormous helipad, just completely flat, round, and open, you guys are covering like 10% of its total area of this just 20-story tall sphere, like cylindrical building. You can walk out to the edge of it, take a look down or around. It's kind of average height for this portion of the city, but it's taller than some of the buildings on one side that you can look out across. Plus, everything just got cleared, so there's some glorious piles of rubble if you wanted to approach. But right now, my imagine is you're all in your normal clothes without any weapons on the ship. So if you guys want to exchange that, then type it into your notable equipment and then head on out. Tell me you're heading on out.
Oh. Are we supposed to change our characters here on the screen?
The notable equipment and the presently are things you guys should be updating like every time you talk. Maybe not literally, but yeah, the notable equipment isn't like the equipment that your guy has. It's things that are relevant to the scene right now.
Well, can you get
presently, like right now, presently on the fucking Mumbai. Perfect. Yeah. But like,
can you take that rebreather off of my notable equipment since you put it in there for whatever silly reason?
There's no rebreather on Buck.
On Gorak. What?
Okay, well, we're looking at Buck.
Wait, what? What are you talking about?
We're on the Mumbai, dude.
Oh, yeah, we have another... What the fuck? All
right, scroll all the way down.
I didn't know we had that. I did not know we had that.
You put your shit in there!
Hey, Buck. Suck a dick.
Yeah, you typed that in. Scroll down, you get to the Mumbai. It's the same thing.
It's been so long since we've used it.
Okay, so like right now, on the fucking Mumbai. Perfect.
Okay, I got it.
Or right now, scared out of his mind after watching missiles. Whatever. But like when it becomes parachuting off a building, just like whatever your last roll is, covered in the presently. And if things like comms off, weapons, like, you know, whatever.
I'm not changing that
comms
equipment.
Off, safety off, no vac suit. Thing of note that might be relevant to the scene as is.
Grenade connected to a string tied to a shoelace? Oh god.
So yeah, you guys land up here, and you're in the ship. Take it away.
Habib straight up does not have a weapon.
Well, the ship's locker has some scimitars in it.
A scimitar?
Literally, scimitars are the preferred shipboarding melee hand-to-hand weapons of the Third Imperium.
Habib's getting a scimitar?
Yeah, never mind. I pick up a scimitar.
There's a scimitar for every member of the crew. And it's not like space scimitar, it's literally scimitar. Apparently they're the optimal bladed weapon for piercing a vac suit significantly enough that it can't self-heal.
Huh.
Interesting. I'm back, by the way.
Yep, so people taking a scimitar, there we go. What are any of you doing? Take it away.
I'm watching you
start picking my teeth with the scimitar.
Alright, so let me get this straight.
Yeah, Evan, if you could play and not watch videos, it'd be appreciated.
We've landed
Senator just linked it.
on this planet. It's relevant. We've landed on this planet at the starport, the planet that nobody wants us to land at.
Correct.
We're being bombarded from orbit by a fucking destroyer.
It happened, like a volley of missiles had been fired at you guys, but they never caught you, and as you were just burning in at like, Mach 12, and then you landed, and then 20 seconds later, a bunch of missiles came down, and then it's been a minute, and none of them.
So we landed like generic, totally calm starport music, and then...
Yes, exactly that. And then it goes back to saying, welcome to Starport A64, Volkskaya Industries. Every world a port.
Let's get going.
Alright, I get my scimitar. Forward!
I follow.
No one taking the package with them?
Are we parachuting or are we gonna walk down?
I'll get the package.
Alright, it weighs a metric ton.
I won't get the package.
Trying to grab one.
I look for a grav cart.
Yeah, there's one sitting off on the side of the giant starport helipad next to the main station to elevators to take you down. A little G carrier, it's like a little grav high-low, basically, flies around, can go a couple feet off the ground.
I grab the grav cart and say, window, come here. Put the package on this and push it.
Yes! And window rolls over, picks up the package, and then walks over and sets it on the grav cart.
All right. Come on, Window. We have people to meet and a new exciting planet to explore.
Oh, I'm Window.
Window, do not sound so sad.
No. So everyone gears up.
He's so sad.
Package on a grav lift. Everyone crawls out the back cargo door of the ship.
Yep.
Yep, that's fine.
Yeah,
Gonna say, do I have players right now? Like,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Do it. Dude, I fucking Habib is in his Protec armor
yeah.
business suit.
all right. So you
He's got
wander
a
out.
scimitar. He
I
got
will
this
just
grav
presume
lift
that
thing.
you walk around and do some common sense things. Walk around on top of this helipad and look down over the wreckage. And you hear some screeching tires below you. Walk out to the edge and you look down and you see two scout class military personnel carriers, half grav track and half screeching around a corner, and it looks like the one in the front just mows a person down as you see somebody just fall over and just cracks their head on the pavement, frozen pavement, and dies. And as they continue, the one in the front shoots down to the one in the rear as it goes screeching around another corner, and then slams on its brakes where you see this 15-foot tall mech kind of walk out in the center of the way and walk up to it as it's charging this giant red glow throughout the length of its body. And then a bright beam fires for a couple of seconds, sweeping the vehicle as it just breaks into two pieces, a smoldering pile of red ash. And then the mech turns and just starts casually pacing away back out of sight behind another building.
Oh my.
So I'm not sure down's the best way. I look back at the theater that we came in on. It doesn't have any smaller craft, does it?
You guys never restocked on your ship's boats or anything. It's got an airlift, which is like a 10-foot by 10-foot platform that can just kind of slowly fly places, not carry a ton. But all of you can get on it. Not really hover car, more of like an industrial lift to move people vertically.
I look at the grav cart and I look over the edge of the platform and I'm thinking, I wonder how gravy this grav cart really is. I'm gonna look at the box.
Yeah, as you keep looking around, you see the parking garage style ramp down that you'd be able to drive a full size vehicle. Probably goes through several layers like that. A couple of them spread apart. You look at the box. It's a giant, your standard 1 displacement ton cargo container.
Let's just get this shit
6-foot
over
cube.
with.
I'm not fully convinced that there's nothing explosive inside of it.
Okay.
I hope
it
there
has
is. We have
mag
no
locks, but
leverage.
they don't seem to be particularly well secured if you want to try to fiddle with it.
Oh, I try to open it.
Okay. Roll. Let's see. Hardware, computers, mechanic. Strength, athletics. Weapon roll, whatever your choice is.
Oh boy. Can I try to convince the box to open?
-6, go for it.
Convince the bot.
I don't know how to talk it open.
Input recognized. Click, click. The red screen turns blue.
It unlocks.
Doesn't pop open, but yeah, it's unlocked. You can go lift the hinges.
I do that.
All right, you open it up and you see a bunch of explosives in the form of missiles and missile launchers, rockets and rocket launchers, grenades and grenade launchers, more grenades, HMGs. The LiDAR radar scans of all of your comrades, like, recognizes the moving figures, and it keeps flashing like 100 times a second between blue and red as it's trying to recognize friend or foe. Awaiting user input. Authentication accepted. Accommodating individual as the armor plate starts shrinking down onto your arms and legs. Establishing vacuum seal.
look over at wait, is Window out here with us?
Yep.
I look over at Window as this thing is doing its shit, and just think, friend or foe?
Yeah, Window just turns over and looks at you, and the typical like smiley face becomes the like giant cheesy smile Asian face.
One of these days, Window. One of these days.
I'm of the opinion that we need to outfit Window with some serious weaponry so that he can face and just like full on war, like all the guns click out. So with my new combat armor, I will grab a assault weapon. No idea how to use it.
Let's see here what strength you got there. Okay, so there's about a bunch of things that you can't even pick up, and then an assault rifle.
Yep, that's it.
All right,
Dude.
so you now have an ACR.
I'm gonna sheath my freaking scimitar and grab me some of them fucking rocket launchers. Like 2 rocket
You guys are supposed to deliver the package, not loot it.
Yeah, I'm gonna fucking deliver it.
We gotta
on my
get it
shoulder.
there somehow.
Also on the side, there's bars of rations. Typical survival equipment like coats, blankets, tents, sleeping bags, compasses, matches, and then a set of old school, like straight up 1980s way or multi-way walkie-talkies.
Oh, cool. I get those. Walkie-talkies. Send them out. In a set, like a singular set?
There's like 10 of them.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, everybody grab some.
All right, Esmeralda, slap your equipment on your notable equipment there. Anything you guys are picking up. So who's taking the other side of combat armor?
Jeff? Oh, Jeff's not here. Fuck, I guess I got my Protect suit, so Salazar?
Salazar
Combat
already put
armor.
one on. Salazar already put one on. Oliver,
Okay.
Oliver, do you want combat armor?
My strength is 4, I think, so no.
Good thing it's a
That was
self-powered
mine.
suit.
Oh, then yes.
Yeah, it's not like power armor where it boosts your strength, but it's not particularly heavy either. Like it has hydraulics to just weight assist itself.
Think of like some carbon fiber plating type stuff.
Yeah, it's like what a Mass Effect character would wear before going into a high threat zone. You know, it's very form fitting.
And you said there's some sort of like RPG-esque thing?
Yes. There's all sorts of different heavy weapons. So Habib's filtering through them. Let's see here.
Give me some big heavy thing so I can obviously there's some
right,
heavy
so
shit rolling around.
There's a 12-shot multi-barrel grenade launcher.
Fuck yeah, that.
There's a RAM anti-vehicle single target, point and shoot rocket launchers. There's what looks to be 2 sets, just a singular Stinger missile and 4 different missiles next to it. One with a cluster symbol, one with a radiation symbol, one with an incendiary symbol, and one with a biological symbol.
Now let's get the 12-shot grenade launcher. That seems flexible.
I grabbed the Stinger
No clue how to
missile.
fucking use it, but it's awesome.
And then there's a giant assault cannon. Type of thing.
What's an assault cannon?
It's the thing that I just picked up while I'm in battle
sorry.
dress.
Okay.
It's what Buck picks up. It's an
It's what
8-foot
Buck
long
picks
gun
up.
that weighs 60 pounds.
All right. Let's transport these goods. All right. Let's fucking get on the grav cart and move.
Yep.
Combat armor, assault rifle, old school comm. Assault shotgun, fucking battle dress, and assault cannon. All right, over here we have the Protect business suit, a scimitar, and a 12-shot grenade. All right, so the crew of the Mumbai is filtering through this like with their eyes aglow, and they're like lock and load.
Exactly. They're like, let's fucking do this. 2 guns each.
Yep.
Oliver picks up the fucking... All right, Oliver, what missile do you attempt to load into your missile launcher?
I load the cluster missile and bring the rest in a backpack.
All right. So yeah, Jeff, you guys somebody takes a brief moment, looks over at Jeff, and he's holding the single fire point and click rocket launcher. He looks down the sights, then points the sights right over it to the entire cargo thing, and then looks away from the sights.
Wait.
And then right back at the rest of the group of you guys.
I didn't know Jeff was with us.
Just visibly, like, actually weighing it.
Yeah, like 80 feet away, like if I shot... Well, you guys don't... Only one person sees while everyone else is like rifling through the armor and like picking out their favorite toy. Alright. Alright. And so, you guys gather up all the stuff, the goodies that you can carry. Assuming everyone's grabbing an old school comm. Is anyone taking any blankets or sleeping bags with them, or are you just leaving it in the crate?
I thought we're taking the whole damn crate. That's the plan.
Yeah.
We're gonna walk this bitch right down that ramp.
We're just lightening the crate to make it easier to move.
Mm-hmm.
That's all.
You cast lightning on the crate?
No.
I cast flare.
I was gonna, dude, you are totally not Fantas right now. Alright. So the long journey begins through the industrial ramp, taking you from the top of the starport down floor to floor to floor of storage level, through this cement barren space. Until you get to one floor, you look forward and there's a body. This one not as frigid, because it's not as cold inside the building here. But you see a body, a man who's just with a smile on his face and a old school revolver in his hand, and looks like he blew his own brains out, just sitting slumped up against the wall on this shaft here, and a small grav carrier next to him with some bags on it. His comlink in his other hand. No immediate reactions. I guess you guys keep pushing on.
Keep forward.
I grab his backpacks and throw them on the cart and keep walking.
Okay. As you continue to the bottom, you get to a set of doors that you manage to push through with the battle dress. Buck, for your strength and dex number and the adjusted, you're going to put ones with those adjusted up by 4.
Yeah, it was strength and dex by 4. I was about to ask you.
Correct. Do you have a single rank in battle dress?
No.
Then it just by 2.
But fine, whatever.
Significant sadness.
Significant sadness. Define a rank in battle dress.
Do you have battle dress 0?
I have the equivalent.
What's that?
Jack of all trades 3.
Really? You motherfucker! When I said you could take 16 skill ranks of your whatever fucking thing you choose, you put 3 into that? That was one of those things I was like, my players don't even know the skills well enough to abuse this. I don't have to add an additional clause to what I'm trying to keep a very minimalist, easy to understand, like, don't abuse shit clause at the bottom. Fucking Jack of all trades 3.
Well, no, this is the joke that Brendan made previously about Gorak being a totally useless character on a very like high ability crew.
This is
and
awesome.
then Buck is this totally incredibly useful character on this totally idiot crew.
That was my plan. I figured, like, you know what? That's the only thing that makes sense. I'm just going to be the complete and utter opposite of Gorak in every way I can be.
All right, you can get a +3 to each of the stats.
I mean, you never questioned my stats, so...
There's 4 months of experience.
Oh.
Off of Buck. We don't track experience for these. Pop up anyways.
Oh, wait, that's wrong.
Alright. You push through the doorway, and you see a living human standing about 10 feet away from the doorway. Place where you might stand if you were to take a smoke break, just in some nondescript street. He's naked from the waist down, and is just wearing a full parka, zipped up coat all the way. Just white skin, reddened from frostbite. Turns to face you guys and smiles.
Is he wearing or is he holding any weapons?
Nope.
I look at him really weirdly and give him a wide berth.
Hi.
Very scarily at him.
Hello.
Hello? What can we do for you?
You have the time.
It is time to get the fuck out of here.
Hello.
We're very busy.
I do not know that time.
Wait, is it a computer? Is it a robot?
Looks a person. Looks a human. Looks over at you. Hello.
Hi.
Like he's
What did you
shivering
want?
from frostbite.
I just keep going with this.
Here, this will keep you warm. And I hand him my cigar and light it for him.
And he holds it, when he lights it, he just kind of holds it in front of him without breathing it at all. It just slowly starts going out. Thank you.
You asked for the time. It is approximately 12:37 Zulu time. There you go. Now you know.
Oh. That is time to go inside. It is almost curfew.
What time does curfew?
When sun goes down.
The sun goes down at noon?
And then he turns and just starts walking towards the wall and bumps into it and then turns and then walks into the doorway you just came out of. And just sits down like 2 feet inside of the doorway.
Whatever.
As you look up and down the street both ways, you see a couple of other scattered people just kind of meandering about like zombies towards the nearest section of the building that they can go to.
I actually really want to come back to this place with the Dauntless at some point. Honest, as a side note. We move forward.
Yes, thank you very much for telling us about the things. Okay, let's go deliver this stuff.
Alright, where do you go? Some
Yeah, the
direction?
open as quick as possible. What kind of information do we have about where it's supposed to go?
Well, you didn't ask any questions at all. The information you had is in some mountains east of the starport.
Alright, we head east. Towards mountains.
Just start fucking going east.
As you guys round the next corner, the sun's starting to set pretty quickly. Maybe you got 20 minutes left. You see a lot of the vehicles out on this section are completely abandoned. There's motorcycles, cars, industrial semi-trucks. And then you see some emergency response, like police, hover cars, an ambulance, kind of scattered around this intersection. A couple of them have a laser mark that goes right through half of them. You walk by one car, you see there's a guy just sitting in the car with a smile on his face, both the hands on his tail. Like alive, blinking, looking around, unmoving.
Creepy.
I try and hotwire a motorcycle.
Oh, the keys are in it.
I was about to say, I get in a van with the keys in it.
Yeah, there's plenty of vehicles just have keys in them.
Okay. I hop on the motorcycle. Now I'm going to use my acting knowledge to drive it.
Successfully ride the motorcycle around.
Close
Nice.
more Chrome tabs. Fuck.
Well, yeah. So Esmeralda, the second windowless van that you check has just like a corpse clinging to the steering wheel. Once you pull him out of the way, the keys are ready to go, and the vehicle starts right up.
I pull him out. Mind if I borrow your car? And right on the ground and get in it.
All right, one day for the shitty one-liner.
Yeah, that's nice. Let's... Do you want to appropriate this vehicle, Salazar?
I look around and I say, hop on in. A little chilly out there.
Yeah, you guys are all getting pretty freaking cold if you're not in combat, like
Well dressed.
sealed combat armor. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's load this shit in the back of this fucking car and get in this car.
Yep. I drive the motorcycle.
What are the other 3 things back on the Mumbai?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, everybody.
So hopefully none of the planetary government comes and investigates this freaking ship that crash landed on their starport in a red zone.
No. They're hiding, of course.
Yeah, so as you ride around, you get in the van. You manage to load the crate onto the back of the van, but the G carrier has to stay behind. Sorry, the hover lift. And everyone else
can just tie it to the back of the van with a rope.
It's not a big fan of that.
What is it?
When it's hover, it has inertial dampeners that aren't fans of being towed around.
Okay. I turn it off and we drag it.
That works. So now you have a van with a bunch of heavy weapons in the back. Is a bunch of people in battle dress and combat armor climbing. It's full truck size, so there's 2 sets of doors on either side and like an additional row of benches. All you guys could fit in there. And as Oliver rides alongside with the motorcycle, as you round the next corner, it seems to be some sort of shopping district. You see a gun store, clothing store, a medical store with a AR hologram displaying in front of it that's advertising the new chips for educational development. And then it jumps over to the Horizon Group New You campaign, and then, other medical services that they provide. And a couple of more people standing, as you start cruising gently forward, unless you're driving at any other speed, you see some other people just kind of pacing back and forth. One guy stops when you get about 100 feet away and turns square towards the vehicle and looks up and mouths the words hello, inaudible from the distance you're at.
I look at the mountains along.
Yeah, the mountains are dead ahead at the end of the street and another couple miles past.
We're gonna make it?
You got quite a bit of city to maneuver through. This is like the primary street for the city.
We could wait it out for a night.
And then you see a kid, maybe 14 years old, burst out of one of the buildings a couple 100 feet away, sprinting across the street with 3 or 4 of these other just Miss and Max dressed people sprinting after him. The kid seems to be a bit quicker as he jumps over an abandoned car and slides under the next and then around, just taking him a bit to kind of meander about the street. He gets encircled briefly as he crawls under a car and starts running right towards you guys.
Look over to be. Want to pick him up? I see no reason to, but...
We need information.
Yeah, he trips over again, and as they're approaching, he turns around and he seems to have a laser pistol, and he pew, 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 wastes the 3 people in front that are chasing him, and scrambles up and starts, scurrying again, running off towards you guys.
I open the door, and I'm like, get in, young man, get in! Quick!
Throw open the door, grab him, slam the door shut, gun it.
And he crawls in, and then, immediately, presses some buttons on his laser pistol and points it at each of you and goes, where are you from? Are you with the
Pointing a
Scouts, the
laser
Navy?
pistol at me?
Agents? Yeah, he's just waving it back and forth
we are people trying to make a quick buck by delivering this load of shit to the people over there.
Oh, there's no dollars to be made here.
Yeah, you're gonna lower that laser pistol, buddy.
He looks over at you, and you pass the intimidate check as he sets it down.
With one word.
I was thinking about just grabbing the pistol out of his hand and crushing it in my grip, but...
Because why weren't they targeting you?
We don't ask questions.
Should we be targets?
You have your chips on?
Yep.
How haven't you gotten infected yet?
Infected?
You have any idea what's going on?
Nope.
No. No one does.
What? Yeah.
We got here 5 minutes ago. We have been on this planet for 10 minutes.
I thought there was a blockade.
You see that smoldering
Every other
wreck
ship that's
over
tried
there?
to make a run for it's gotten blasted out of the sky.
We are not every other ship.
We haven't
have a
tried to
Jeff.
leave yet.
We lazily listed to the right.
I never saw it coming.
Because anyways, we got to find cover before it gets dark out.
We cannot make it to the mountains today.
You want to risk dealing with some of their forces.
Who is they?
All right, kid, you're gonna have to elaborate.
Or it. They, the virus.
The virus.
From the beginning, please.
You have
Never even heard of it?
You have like 3 minutes to explain everything that is going on.
All right. And then, as you're driving forward, you see a 20-foot tall front leg of what appears to be some giant mech. Take a step around the corner. It doesn't turn to see you guys, but you see its other leg step and swing forward. This armless mech with just guns protruding from both sides. War of the World scale.
Oh my.
Immediately abrupt in front of you as you continue forward. The kid immediately hits the deck. What do you guys do? Whoever's driving.
I
driving?
probably keep driving. I don't know what's better.
You just go right between its two legs before it takes another step.
Hey, I thought you were driving, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, what's that?
Are you actually firing the cluster missile?
What? Oh.
No.
I mean, I'm all a fan of roles with titles. So I don't want to hold people accountable to them unless they...
No, I was mostly just kidding.
All right, so here forward, because of the issue of being able to roll something and then decide whether you wanted to or not, if you type something with a title, it happens. I just drop whatever I'm saying and resolve it.
That wasn't because I failed. Like, I expected to fail, so you can go ahead and have me do that. I don't care.
All right.
But-
Basically, I have a -2 for every skill because of my you can act it out clause.
Yes.
What are your other actual skills?
Let me pull that back up. I just closed it when I figured I had a -2.
You know what would be even better than a -2 in every skill? Jack of all trades 3.
Yep. All right, so I have art acting 2, deception 0, art painting 0, carouse 0, deception 0, persuade 0, steward 0, and medic 0, and trade 0, and seafarer 0.
Okay. Particularly useful character, I see. Yeah, so you guys both, the van drives right between its two towering legs as the motorcycle whizzes around behind it, and you guys keep going right down the street. Is it, as you go past it, it turns and faces you, and you see a beam of blue light go and sweep up and down the street as you're flooring it away. And then it turns and continues pacing down the path that it was going. What the fuck? Alright, off it. Planet, lots of people. People like tech a lot. They build things. They tinker with a lot of robots. We create lots of robots. We ship them out to other planets. Is how we make money. Monetary industry, just like other planets, whatever their thing is. We make drones and robots, droids, fun, whatever. Very competitive field, getting good jobs. Not that many jobs. People want to compete and be at the top of their class. We don't have the best educational system. A lot of people can't afford to send their kids off to Zagora. Horizon Group comes around. A couple of their subsidiaries seem to have developed some sort of chip that can make you more capable of thinking when some unrelated computer virus gets out. Contained at first, but some of the drones kind of stop doing what they're supposed to be doing. Comm leaks start going on the fritz. Seems like a giant planetary data leak to some set of hackers until people stop thinking. It takes a while for us to realize that this virus is jumping from device to device wirelessly, hacking every gun, vehicle, comlink, head chip, thing in sight, entire starships in the system going down. Scouts figure it out, put a planetary lockdown, and when that started to fail, the Navy came in, had a no warning blockade. No one's come in or out. They're starving us to death.
Huh.
Oh, you're caught up. A lot of the scouts landed ground forces seem to be organizing some sort of planetary resistance, not against the Navy virus itself. So basically everyone alive is with them or looking for one of their various outposts to get the fuck out of here. How to make it past the Navy, we still don't have any idea, but...
We could make a fuck ton of money by putting all of these people on the Dauntless. We could deliver this, get them on our ship, and fly out.
You want to get another ship to crash on the planet? Go right for it. Now, I'm looking for a resistance outpost out in the mountains east of here, but I haven't been able to make it out of the city yet.
Well,
You're in luck.
we happen to have a fuck ton of guns.
Alright, because here's the thing. The original reason that we started to excel at drones is because of a rather hostile biosphere on Othet. You might have noticed the cold. You probably have yet to notice the frost drakes that inhabit the woods between here, in addition to various other monsters that I don't really need to tell you about. So our perimeter defense system keeps all of those contained. Currently is also keeping every living, unshipped being locked inside of the city. So, you're not getting shot at. Either you've only been here a night and they haven't identified you as friend or foe, or you have your chips and you have yet to get hacked, and I really hope it's the first.
I don't know what chips are.
They go in your brain, they help you think, they get hacked, they make you stop thinking.
We don't have chips.
None of you?
Nope.
On
If
any
we
implant
had
at all?
thinking apparatuses, we'd be way better at what we do.
Alright, well,
I'm thinking we don't give them time to recognize if we're friend or foe then. Maybe we can just waltz right through the line, go to the mountains.
the alternative is I've heard a few rumors, with a small outpost out here, got caught out, but if we go back there might be a few people. We've been looking to try to break into one of the depots, get some of the unautomated equipment that they have stored there, maybe blast our way out of this place. And he finishes that as you hear, and the mech looses a laser, from a couple hundred feet away as you'd made decent distance now over one of the warehouse buildings. But the several street posts, street lights, building fronts, and vehicles in a line in front of you just get obliterated and turn up into smoke. Make a piloting check to not get caught up in the ensuing jam. Your previous motorcycle will suffice. So the motorcycle goes skidding and just barely manages to avoid the ensuing debris.
Okay.
Look to Esmeralda.
I hook him.
Drive +2.
You want me to do that too?
You.
Yeah. Got a bit more weight in the van. Yeah,
You're fucking kidding me.
on this. You just keep burning right through it as one of the SUVs that got kicked up by the laser is spinning, lands on top of the van, and rolls back beneath it as you drive right through a
I'm literally just like...
street. Asphalt molten down to lava and a wreathed wall of flame as you purge right through it and keep going full speed.
Oh, what was that? Oh, must have been a bird.
Alright, so where the fuck are we going? Gonna take a right or left here or fucking floor it?
Oh, you don't know? I look at a beam. Which way?
Are we making the run for the woods or do we want to meet up with my friends in the city? I wouldn't take your chances with the perimeter control.
City sounds nice.
Take a right now! And he reaches out and grabs the steering wheel and yanks it to the right. You guys go skirting on 2 wheels around the next corner.
Right.
Where you see the blown open half track from earlier and a crowd of about 50 people that are slowly just pulling the pieces methodically. They're blocking the street completely. Drive through a crowd of them, or you could stop and take a look for a second. Motorcycle's not going to be able to plow through them.
Oh, I'll just keep going.
Alright, so you just cruise right onto the right and about 40 people down, clearing a path for the motorcycle with a few bumps.
Yep.
Looks back and goes,
You just killed 40 people!
Did we hit something? They say.
those aren't people anymore. There's fucking drones. Pawns of the virus.
You hear me being like, sorry, as I like run over people's feet and hands and
He goes,
general
that on
bodies.
the other hand was a scout vehicle. They might have a transponder that would get us into the armory.
What was?
The blown open half track.
I turn the motorcycle around and check it out.
Yeah, there's still the 70 other people kind of grouped around it. Just, pulling pieces off of the ship to try to get to the driver's safety cage. Off the ship, I mean the vehicle.
What do you guys say? What do you think about me firing the cluster missile at these people?
Thank you.
I mean, I'd use the
I
grenade
think we're in
launcher,
a van
but
and
I'd
you're
probably
not.
blow up the transponder.
That's what I think.
Couldn't these drones give away our position?
One of you guys wanted me to share this.
Yep.
On roll 20. Could what drones give away your position?
Couldn't these drone people be giving away our position?
Yeah, the kid. I don't. Look, are we making a run for the transponder, or do you want to just go back to the base?
Fucking YOLO, let's do it. Sure. Right? Yes? No?
All right, pull up to about 100 feet away. We're going to need somebody to clear a line. I'll run up there and see if I can salvage it off. Unless somebody knows scout vehicles better than me.
Nope, nobody knows scout vehicles better than you.
Fuck, you're a military man.
Yeah, that's why he's going to need that military gun. Now go!
Um,
Alright, I get outside with my grenade launcher, prepared to blow the shit out of a bunch of guys if they do anything crazy.
Alright, and so they're all crowded around the vehicle. Tactical combat now, so we need... So, we got... I guess I should scroll up a bit. We got our scout carrier thing here. And... guys come and park, like, over here. As there are just... crowds of... God damn it. Why'd it change color when I changed?
Crowds of goddamn it.
Alright. Crowds of people gathered around this, pulling pieces off of it. You guys get... And then the streets are just, the rough top bottom of the view screen. Section down here. So each one of those circles would be like another 5 people. And as you guys pull up and open the doors, just a couple groups of them start running your way. Looking forward to you with a smile on their faces. They're sprinting like the zombies from 28 Days Later.
Oh, they're 28 days later drones?
And a couple of them saying, hello, hi, as they're running towards you.
Can I fire this assault cannon?
Want to go for it?
Yeah.
All right, roll heavy weapons.
All right.
But otherwise, they're going to be on you in a round. Everyone, what do you do? Go.
I'm going to fire a grenade launcher.
All right, everyone, roll your attack rolls then.
Damn it.
Do you fire in full auto, Evan?
Oh, wait.
yes. No, I'm like,
I lost
Sorry,
my
guys.
upgraded stats. I actually got
ACR
7.
has an auto value of 6, so you're actually going to roll 6 dice and sort them into 3 pairs of your choosing.
whoa, okay.
I got a great grenade launcher roll.
Gotta like write this shit down.
Speed roll damage.
Fuck, I got to look up what a grenade launcher does. Looking it up now.
For it. Brag. 5d6.
Pretty low.
Right, so
And
that
then I'll shave the back 2 off for people at medium range. Get all these dice out. Alright, so Oliver charges forward with the scimitar to just gut the nearest person. Unfortunately,
I throw my scimitar.
oh, you throw your scimitar at the nearest person. Alright, and as it goes whizzing over their shoulders. Esmeralda assigns attack rolls. Now, the penalty applies to each individual attack. Do you account for that?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit, did I? I did -3, right? Okay. Not account for that then.
Yeah.
Oh, rearranging.
Looks like the best. It looks like you'd only be able to hit with 1 if you put your 2 6s together.
It'll be a natural 36.
Alright. So, scimitar gets thrown forward as the assault laser goes flying, plunging through 1, but otherwise just kind of not hitting the group of them as expected. And a full auto fire just fires wildly above the shoulder line of the entire crowd with a single stray bullet going and plunging one of them as they just crumple forward. And Habib fires a grenade launcher effectively straight down. Dealing 14 damage to all of Esmeralda, Buck, and Oliver. And then 11 damage to Habib and Jeff.
What? No!
How much to us? 14?
14 to Buck, Oliver, and Esmeralda, because he fired it over there. And then the people a bit more distant only take 11.
This is great.
Wait, that's 14 damage?
14 damage, correct. As a grenade just went off like 3 feet from you. Now, combat armor DR is 12.
What about the battle dress?
I'm looking for it. You guys can excel the standard stuff. You can pull it up as well as I can. Battle dress is 16.
So I take no damage.
Yep.
Yeah, I take 2.
Esmeralda takes 2. Habib,
Protect
watch
doesn't
the
do so
DR on
well.
your thing.
I take 7.
So, because you blow yourself to bits, and Jeff similarly probably spends his whole time just actually moving around the vehicle, not get hit by your fucking grenade. Realizes how many heavy weapons are being wielded by idiots right now. But the crowd closes in, and about 2 of them leap forward out at each of you. Their melee attacks unable to actually do anything, but they just start grappling on. Actually, let's just roll front 2 group. As they close on Oliver and Oliver. So the whole group of 4 actually just, you went to a different place with your motorcycle, and the front 4 just leap out at you, grab you by the shoulders and the waist, and pin you down and just start trying to melee you. As we turn to the second round of the other 3 of you as you make your next actions, what do you do? Before rolls, what do each of you do?
I'm going to back up a little bit.
I'm going to move
myself,
back.
like, in better...
God damn it, I want the map again.
I didn't hear whatever the last thing Evan said was.
Moving so that I'm better in cover.
Is there a shortcut to use the ruler even if you have the mouse selected?
I do not know that. Sorry.
Alright, so yeah, a bunch of them crowd onto Oliver here. The rest of you guys are in a firing line here, emptying out this way. Bottom of chat again.
That was not a good roll.
As Buck fires the assault cannon, rolls a d3.
The assault cannon! He gets a 1-1 with the assault cannon!
Now I gotta fucking find damage for this thing.
It's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be at least 66. Come on.
in a cone.
Yeah, let's keep in mind here that I did this as I was charging forward into the crowd. So I probably stumbled and fell and tripped around and shot the whole crew. That's what I'm picturing here.
That's why I moved to a more secure location.
Yeah, roll 5d6 plus 5. Oh, plasma rifle. There we go. We'll call that 66. Yeah, you stumble forward, fall to the side, and fire as the beam just plunges in a completely unexpected way.
Just 66?
6d6. Habib, take 22 points of damage.
You bastard! You made it 1d3 because it was Salazar, Habib, or Oliver. That was number 2. I think Habib just got incinerated. Let's see.
And Eric
I only
misses.
take 18. That's
Yeah, you're
2 off my
incinerated.
strength. That's 16. I'm at negative 10. Totally alive.
So you fall forward. You watch Habib, he looks up, and he's, pointing forward to the war cry, and just... He's just a pile of red ash, similar, when you kill something with a laser weapon in Fallout. It just... They're that smoldering cone of glowing red dim.
Oh my god!
Just like Jack, the sorcerer. He's gone.
Hey. Fuck the far, man. Come on.
What comes around goes around.
Holy shit!
So Habib is dead. Eric will never be happier.
Alright. Straight up melted.
While that was happening, what was Esmeralda up to?
I shot a bitch.
Which bitch?
I don't know.
People coming at you, or are you going to try to aim over towards Oliver at this point?
Probably that.
Alright.
That's with the modifier there.
Yeah, so you just fire through the crowd as it's whizzing above, around, and just bullets plinking off of Buck's armor as he stumbles in front of you and ekes half your round. And a couple of them clip the people in there, and another guy eats it as he tumbles out. Leaving Oliver, you got 3 people left grappling with you. Combat armor.
Okay. Yeah, I pull my shoot grenade and toss it.
Kind of straight up or as distant as you can?
Yeah, I try and toss it off to the side, so it'll take a couple of the people and with me still being kind of shielded from.
All right. You make an athletics or your acting roll. We'll just see where this takes you. As Buck, so how do you recover from that? A couple of people are stumbling forward, and you have 2 people grappling with you right now. And then a couple of seconds later, you look to the left and you see a field of red mist. So Oliver, you get it far enough away where it blasts all of the people off of you, and you only have to eat 9 damage, which doesn't even pierce your combat armor.
I sit up, pull the cluster missile out, and is there any large groups of them still?
Oh yeah, most of them are still trying to peel this vehicle apart.
Okay, I'm going to aim the cluster missile at the edge of the group close to me.
Okay.
And fire.
Alright, so that'll be your next round. Don't do that yet.
Okay.
As you act that as well. Alright, so Buck, what are you up to?
So, what kind of effect does this assault cannon have?
Do you know the Spartan laser from Halo 3?
The Spartan laser.
Green Fang shoots a giant laser.
It charges up for about a second.
Like the shoulder cannon thing?
Yes. It charges up for about a second, and then that is more damage than a rocket launcher on everything in the line of which it hits.
And did I just witness myself disintegrate, Habib?
Yes.
Yep.
Oh, I forgot to mention that super armor piercings. Could not have used any armor there.
Alright. Realizing that I just disintegrated my employer.
Yeah, you waste him. And then everyone hears Jeff yell the loudest scream of excitement you've ever heard as he runs forward with a pistol in each hand and just starts emptying rounds on the crowd, periodically shooting them up into the air.
Yeah, well...
Yeah, dancing and skipping and clicking his heels together.
And like he jumps up in the air, ploinks, and then like pegs two guys in the head with bullets.
I lost my employer. I just disintegrated him. I have no chance of getting paid for anything that's going on here. In a fit of rage, I'm going to just yell and scream and continue firing the assault cannon as I stand up and spin in a circle and turn back towards the group of enemies. I don't know what I hit along the way, but...
Alright, you go ahead and just make your next heavy weapons roll.
I'm just going to pull the trigger and then stand up and turn around, and I'm not going to let go of the trigger.
Yeah, so everyone, your heavy weapons roll again.
Oop, that's a lot of dice. Alright, that's better.
You milk through an entire line of the people en route to the vehicle.
Does it come near me at all?
No, he fires it in the general vicinity of the vehicle. You guys are still in the firing line. Only tripping and turning 90 degrees to the side can... Say what?
I thought you said he was spinning around.
Yeah, but
I
was 10, so...
Okay.
I was not paying whatsoever any attention to the rest of the group.
Okay.
In fact, if Window was standing there, I might have stopped for like...
I totally fucking forgot about Window.
I might have stopped for a second.
Yeah. So yeah, Rindo like scrolls forward and then like sees you like wipe Habib and he's like, I'm wet, and then you fire and Habib dies and he just turns and looks at Habib. And then his like midsection rotates forward slightly to a 45-degree angle and he's just down with his arms blankly to the side.
You just murdered Window?
No, he murdered Habib and Window got to watch.
Oh, gotcha.
No.
Esmeralda, full auto fire. Oliver, you firing the cluster missile?
Yes.
Sure about that.
It'll be fun.
All right. Your characters and explosives always
not
go together
Buck,
so well.
But not at Buck, at the people. But yeah.
All right. So yeah, you fire. The missile goes about 20 feet forward, and then goes straight up.
So I'm gonna walk away really quickly now.
Instead of firing.
Yeah, like I'm gonna follow the kid wherever the hell he was going.
All right. So yeah, Oliver, as it goes up, it turns down towards your target, and you see that there's a control, like a drone missile video game that you get to play to control where it hits. There's a button for activate afterburner, a button for dispense cluster munitions, and then just a single toggle joystick to be able to move it around. And then it says, like, warning, wireless communication is disrupted, and there's a progress bar that's going from 0 to 100 rather quickly.
Stay on target. Stay on target. And I just try and lead them to the targets, and yeah.
All right. So you try to, without using the afterburner, you're trying to like hold it out and let it get down to the vehicle.
What's an afterburner?
It's when you go. It's like nitrous oxide for a plane.
Oh, then yes, I turn that on.
All right. So right when it gets down up to like 99%, everything clicks red, goes hazy, and it says, lost wireless control. And you see the missile 20 feet above the ground, and it starts rotating towards you, but it doesn't have nearly enough time to turn its way towards you, and it goes and obliterates the entire scene. Several bombs pop out of it and go off. The whole... Everything's been carpet bombed. Except for the one person who had closed on Buck and was clinging onto his battle dress. You guys see Window leans back up, and his generic smiley face clicks red with a frowny face as he rolls over to the guy clinging on the Buck, grabs him, and just starts pulling until he gets ripped in half, and then throws both halves of the body down, and then turns and starts rolling into the fire of the cluster munitions.
What the fuck?
Now I gotta get me another one of these. And I start petting the cluster missile lovingly.
Yeah, so the kid's like, it's entirely too much fire for me to run in. Somebody with a dress, I'll give you instructions. Go!
I thought Buck was going anyway.
Oh, it's all right. He goes, yeah, like under the left driver's panel, rip the door and that new. All right. Yeah, Buck rolls up, manages to get the thing out in a couple of seconds. But you guys hear the sound of the approaching mega mech coming from around the next corner, and it's at the scene pretty soon.
What were the other 3 missiles that were in the backpack?
One with a radiation label, one with a incendiary fire label, and one with the biohazard symbol on it.
Okay, I put the radiation label in,
All right.
and I aimed it in the direction of the mech. I don't fire yet.
Okay. Yeah, and everyone makes it back to the vehicle, I guess. Except for Oliver, who's standing next to his motorcycle, which is still running with a nuclear missile loaded into your missile launcher. With a missile launcher that uses wireless controls to communicate with its missiles. Esmeralda, or who's driving this time?
I will continue to drive.
Alright, and you floor it the fuck out of there, I'm guessing?
Right the fuck out.
Alright, and the kid asks you, so you want to go back to the base or see if we can get into the depot?
Depot? Duh.
Alright, then floor it straight ahead. Warehouse at the end of the street in a couple minutes.
I get on my motorcycle and go.
Okay. You guys hear the laser charging up and they meander about and the mech. At the end of the street, there's just a large 100-foot wide, 20-foot tall series of industrial garage doors that would be able to fold up and out of the way. Break! And he's jumping out of the vehicle before you even get up to it. Takes the transponder from Buck and is bashing it on some terminals for a couple of seconds. One blue. And the door starts rolling open. Goes, get inside!
Do as the kid instructs.
The drive inside and motorcycle hot on its tails, or are you going to try something crazy? Zeke?
Oh yeah, I put it in. Yeah, sorry.
Alright, and he's bashing the door closed as
Yep.
the mech's charging up the laser from a couple hundred feet away, but once the door gets mostly closed, it seems to stop charging it. Everything's still in a dark room. Very large dark room you get the sense of. It has a sense of drips of oil and gasoline spills, rather stale air, everything's still frigidly cold. The faint scent of rust as well, just kind of glistening in from fringes of this large cavernous warehouse room.
Yeah, that was close. But as I always say...
Hello!
Hello?
How are you? You hear a voice in the darkness.
How about you?
I am doing okay.
Well, that's just great. So are we.
Everyone, between the group of you can barely see each other in the near perfect darkness, but you all sense that there's some being in here with you talking. Why have you not joined us?
Join who?
It is so fun.
Dude, I'm gonna blow your fucking brains out.
The master takes care of us.
Looking for a light switch.
Yeah, find the damn light switch.
So you guys
Does this
all-
battle dress like detect life forms?
it has lights, like floodlights you can click on if you want.
Oh, that's a good idea. I clicked
And
the
dark
floodlights
vision and sensors. Yeah, not detect life forms, but plenty of other stuff.
on. No, let's use the
You
dark
click around
vision.
and you see this 13-year-old girl just standing about 20 feet away in the middle of the room. You also sense a bunch of big vehicles that I'll get to in a bit. But
We are actually with you. We serve the master. The master is great and all powerful. All
This is a
hail
great
master.
time to roll an acting role.
roll acting at no penalty.
You're actually acting.
I mean, it would be more deception, but I will let it work. Yes. Understood. Why do you not receive, why do you not return our messages of love?
We have had a slight malfunction. We are coming to have the malfunction fixed.
Okay. I can fix the malfunction for you.
Yes, please. Why don't you do that?
Yes. May I borrow your scimitar? As she turns towards Esmeralda or whoever had one.
It's in the street somewhere.
Yeah, I think none of us.
Let me find a knife to begin the operation. You hear it, and she just turns and starts walking away into the warehouse.
I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm like, quickly doing anything else but getting my head cut off.
So Buck, eventually Esmeralda, you find a light switch. Click it on. And warehouse style works 1, and then 2 seconds later, you just stunk, 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 stunk. Like, it's a very large vehicle depot hangar. Plenty of extra armor and weaponry in barracks locked cabinets along the walls. But it seems like this is the repair section for several hover tanks, grav tanks, an assault helicopter, a fighter jet, and 2 of the smaller 15-foot tall armored mechs that seem to have a passenger compartment for manual operation.
Hover tanks, you say?
Yes.
Does it have a cargo space big enough for a crate of weapons?
Yes.
I begin immediately moving all the crate of weapons over.
Can't fit the entire crate, but you can fit all of the things from the crate in there one at a time.
Yep.
All right.
And then once that's done, I'm opening up lockers and grabbing more things, just throwing it in there. No words to anybody else.
All right, Habib. Start soullessly scratching every detail of your character sheet away and starting on the next one.
All right.
He's got Habib's brother is still good to go, right? I am.
It's not going to be Habib's brother. I got something better.
What? Dude, you named him and everything.
Yeah, too bad. I got a better name now.
Better name than I am, Hung Solo?
All right. Your other character
Oh, wait, that wasn't what it was.
has to have had at least one term in the Navy, the Rogues, the Scouts, or Commoner. For this to kind of work sense.
He was in the Army.
Army, that works too.
His first term was in the Army.
Okay.
And whose time info to work him in?
Okay, this might make sense. Did he work with vehicles at all? Is he a mechanic of any sort?
No.
You have any sort?
I think he's a mechanic, but he doesn't fix cars. He fixes people.
Oh, he's a medic.
What?
No. I don't mean that kind of fixing.
The doctor? How does he fix people?
To make sure they don't talk anymore.
Oh, he's a fixer.
Assassin.
Yeah, so these are the vehicles you guys see. You got grav tanks, the hover half tracks, armored mechs, and fighter planes, and assault copters. Take it away. Now, again, dice rolls, voices help first. You get into an attack helicopter, and you click it on, and you get it running, yeah. Can't get it to go anywhere, though.
I'm like, hey guys, I think I got this one working.
And then you hear a missile streak out from its silo across the room and blow a small hole in the far wall.
Holy fuck.
Wait, was it this button or that button that just did that?
And then the Gatling cannon fires for a couple of seconds and shoots through one of the fighter planes.
Can you delete all the things that are on this?
I got it. I
Through a new one. Come on.
I'm not drawing it.
All right, anyone else? Got Buck and Esmeralda?
I don't know.
I'm gonna get in my own tank that I've been loading shit into.
Seems like it would be operated by a crew of 3. Space for a few more.
I could.
Yeah, I'll get into the
use a
tank
hand.
too.
Yeah, tanks are kind of my thing. Let's do it.
Window pulls himself in. Yeah, so there's potentially 4 spots, but you basically got a driver, a gunner, like main turret gunner, a reloader. You could have a turret, secondary turret operator, and a captain kind of core.
I'm gonna sit down in the pilot seat and anyone know how to drive this thing?
Let me see.
I can do it. You know what? Your acting ability is probably not gonna cut it here, buddy.
But I was once a tank commander in an old flick.
Yeah. How many buttons did your tank have in that flick?
4.
You look down at a panel with about 30 and 3 sets of 6 degree of freedom controls and a couple of levers.
Yeah, why don't we try this?
I hit some buttons.
It looks like it'll take you a few minutes to get it up and going, but yeah, the thing whirs to life. Surprisingly few security measures.
Can we kill the creepy girl first?
Window takes a look at the main turret system and then pulls open the latch for the reload thing and goes into transformer mode, coupling himself into the back right corner of the passenger compartment where he's totally ready to load new rounds into the main gun. So we got Bucks piloting it. Esmeralda, which seat do you switch to?
I am going to switch to the rather large gun on top.
Alright, main gunner. The kid will get on the secondary gun, leaving Oliver for the captain. He can shout orders.
Yep.
Alright. So you can finally get it up and running. The various sensors on. Doesn't have any glass because you don't need it. And just perimeter sensors all the way around light up holograph windows that were in a glass enclosed space. You see that the girl is actually standing on the tank now holding a knife, patiently waiting for you guys to come out for your operation.
Can we just rotate the turret and knock her off?
Yep. Yeah, so she falls off, and then the secondary turret leans over, and the kid empties about 400 rounds into her.
It just fucking melts her.
All right.
Brendan, do you have any thoughts?
We have a mission ahead of us. And remember that every mission with me on it is a suicide mission. So let's go forward.
You know, I do have a question. Which one of you guys is paying for this? Who's handling the money now?
Well, Habib, of course.
I think naturally that would fall to me.
Yeah.
Being the most financially astute.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull out
Can I pay you in gum? I have Trident. I did a commercial for them once.
Look, we gotta get
I'm
going.
just gonna pull out a comlink.
Trust me, you don't want to be outside in the dark. They don't have to worry about friend or foe anymore when you are.
Let's just get this done. I want out of here alive.
All right. I don't know how to open the door from in here. Buck, if you press forward on that lever, I don't think we'll have to.
I press
the
forward.
whole tank picks up, and you're hovering about 5 feet off the ground. You see that there's some limited verticality controls. You press forward, and the whole thing just starts rolling forward at solid 20, 30 miles per hour, rapidly closing on the concrete far wall.
The one I blew a hole in?
How did you blow it? Oh,
with the rocket from the copter.
Yeah, but it's not quite nearly big enough for the tank, which rapidly doesn't seem to be an issue as the tank goes right through it without slowing down more than a few miles per hour as a pile of crumbling rubble emerges from it and you're back onto the street with the sun nearly set. And you see the mech turns and sees you guys. You're not quite sure about your odds against it, maybe 50-50, not the most favorable looking, but it's slowly turning about its axis to be able to target you. And you say, well, the woods are to the right if you wanted to make a run for the mountains. Otherwise, the base is off to the left.
I vote mountains.
Mountains we go.
Yep.
All right, then fucking floor it. Roll your piloting.
Am I piloting now?
It'd be drive or flyer, whichever one's easier.
They're the same.
So yeah, you stream it in the full forward, and your grav tank starts slowly floating up at a couple feet per second as the mech has enough time to finish turning towards you as you roll again for initiative.
Oh boy. What the fuck?
As it queues up 3 aim actions, go.
Did I shoot the damn thing?
Yeah, who's got the weapons?
Yeah, well, and now it's your turn. The whole squad of you turns. Actually, Oliver, you can roll a tactics or acting check to add initiative to everybody, but acting would be at a -2.
My initiative also blows. Cool.
No, the whole squad of you goes at the same time.
Oh!
The captain can do things to add to initiative.
Ah.
Oh, okay, because we're technically like a crew right now.
Yes.
Got it.
Like, who gives a shit whether you fire the gun before or after he turns?
I thought that might actually been important.
All right, so no initiative is added to you guys this round, so it's 9-4. But you guys come around, and you can all make whatever rolls you want to do. So for Esmeralda, yeah, that would probably be aiming the main gun. Buck, you could try to facilitate, just like a starship, you could make an action to try to facilitate his aim, or you could just try to floor it the fuck out of there. So for standard things like that, there's not going to be any future rolls required. Okay, so there's our acting. All right, so effective 3. That didn't include the -2, but sorry. So effective 2 goes up to your initiative, and it's 9-6. You guys are still going at this point. The Buck, piloting the grav tank, the mech is queuing up aim actions on you. You're at a corner of an intersection. You might be able to make it low around a corner and put a building between you and it.
Wait, are we flying away from the mech right now?
You're stalling, waiting to see what the hell you're doing. I don't know where you're going to try to take it.
Well, no, like, where is the mech in reference to us right now?
All right, I'm going to go back to the shitty thing.
Yes, please.
Here. All right, so now the mech would be...
The drawing? What? No drawing?
Oh, I moved me. I forgot to move you guys. All right, I was stumbling through trying to figure it out. So if you guys just came out of this garage here, and I'm going to shrink the scale out a bit now. God, I can barely click on it. So you're idling there, while a large mech is down lower in this T. Queuing up a beam of laser to try to shoot through you guys. Scale, there you go. Actually, it's a bit further back.
No, I did not catch what you said. Who was where?
You're the orange rectangle. It is the giant purple and red rectangle. You idled for a little bit.
That's blue.
But now it's back to you. So yeah, the blue is charging up a giant red laser, and you can just see it thinking all sorts of queuing up aim actions and locking onto target type things.
And we're in a tank, and it's a giant mech.
Giant mech, yes.
Fire everything we have.
Like I could try and tackle the giant mech with our.
You could try to ram into one of its legs. You could try to facilitate, like, steadying the fire for the tank. You could try to go into evasive action. You could try to book it the fuck out of there and just high gear it.
My immediate reaction is still to just, I'm gunning it right for the fucking legs.
Right for the fucking legs. All right,
I just turn the fucking tank, and I roll bad or good. That's good. Actually, that's really good. Let's do
The assistant, rather than firing the secondary gun, is going to try to achieve a sensor's lock on it. Not doing too good of a job. So, Esmeralda, you're on your normal gunnery or heavy weapons roll to target this thing. +4 for its size. Range. Relative station list. Waiting on you, Esmeralda. Evan?
Sure.
Sure, anything I just said.
Totally spaced, actually.
Okay. Roll heavy weapons or gunnery.
Got it.
Buck, roll your driver flyer.
What was that I just rolled?
10?
Yeah, what was the 10? What was that then?
I don't know. You don't title stuff. So
You
I
didn't
guess
tell me what to roll. You just said roll.
All right. So that'll be the 10. Esmeralda, you had a situational +4 for how big and stationless this thing was. So you actually hit with an effective 0.
Woo!
Rolling 16d6 damage. That was pretty fucking quick. Vehicles, yay, found them. 2, and the has 5 armor. As a beam of plasma erupting from the primary turret manages to chew into one of its legs as Buck turns to drive straight at it. And colliding with it as you knock its leg forward and it buckles, falls down on its side, and without arms looks like it'll have a struggling time trying to push itself back up as its one arm just starts kicking idly out towards you guys. Buck continues flying back down the road you came. About 20 minutes later, you clear it to the edge of the city as the sun's nearly completely set, and you see that there's all sorts of various vehicles coming out. Most of them utterly unable to do anything to a grav tank, high gearing it across the road. You get to the perimeter, and there's several large turrets that kick up and start full firing at you guys, but after a couple of rounds, Esmeralda and the assistant gun 1 or 2 of those down, and you clear it into the woods. Well out of the city, there seems to be entirely fewer automated threats as you're blowing through trees or hovering above them out towards the forest. Hear a few very large grumblings and stirrings that seem to shake the entire earth beneath or around you, or getting knocked down in the distance and pursuit, but you don't see anything about as you continue forward. But once you get out to mountains and kind of into the first valley out to the other side of them an hour or 2 later, you see a couple of small hover speeders darting around, and one of them pulls up to you, and you clearly has a person on top of it who's making in-looking gestures, and flashes his brakes at you a few times, and then pulls away and starts guiding you around the mountain. Would you attempt to communicate with him any way, or just follow?
I suggest follow. I don't know Morse code or any semaphore. I don't know. What? Do you know any fancy things?
It's quietly dozing off while he's entirely focused on following this speeder. And once you round a few cracked cliffs and crevasses, you get to a large vault door you'd be able to fit nearly any vehicle, all of a starship into, emblazoned with the logo of the Imperial Scouts. It starts to roll open, and you can pull your grav carrier inside, and you see about 100 people, mostly in scout attire, grouped up about them. The ones that aren't are in civilian attire. A couple of executives, office workers. Just like this is one of potentially several places where people may find shelter from the rest of this. They have a small crew of light military scout vehicles. But once a fucking grav tank pulls in, you can see excitement and concern and horror until the lid gets popped out, window crawls out, not really doing much to ease their dissipation until the next person crawls out as well, and it's just the whole vehicle gently sets down. Welcome. We're what's left of Othet, the ones with our brains anyways. You've all turned off all your communicators, any smart gun systems?
Oh, yes.
Hello. Why are you not speaking to Master?
And, 4 guns get trained on you in an instant.
No, I'm just fucking with you guys.
Two people looking back at it. I don't know, dude. That was really fucking convincing. And the other one goes, "Yeah, I hope he was just acting."
Nah, we brought you this sweet artillery, so I had to give you guys a little bit of a hard time.
All right, well, maybe that's the key to getting out of here.
This reminds me, and I caught the trunk.
As well as you can. As a bunch of gear starts rolling out.
Literally just falls on the back.
Yeah. They're like, one individual steps up and goes, "I knew my contacts with the Madari would come through."
Yeah, sorry, we had to borrow one of the cluster missiles. The rest of it should be intact, though.
Can we get a receipt, perhaps?
Well, you're taking me with you, and I'll make sure all the payment goes through. It's about time I get off this rock and back to Dunix.
Oh!
Hey! Did those big-ass guns get in?
Guy calls from the back.
Yep, I was going to say, and then we introduce this guy here.
Hey, you guys the blokes that brought all the shit from the ship?
Yeah,
That's
two
good.
shoes, this is them. Bardari finally came through. Looks like they've put some of it to use already. As he gestures towards Buck's battle dress.
All right. I like these guys. Yeah.
Oh God.
I like these guys. They got some big shooters. Yeah, this is good.
This guy's walking around with a grav hammer, just fucking like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Goes
Reinhardt
over,
style.
starts
That voice is worse than
Are
Windows.
any of you like-
picking up the biggest possible fucking heavy weapon there
By chance?
that
Any of us what?
Buck doesn't have.
Langdon.
Wait, that's me.
Oh! Wonderful
this guy?
fella. It's your lucky day.
I said we're going back to Dunix, right?
That's
Got a
the
ship?
plan.
Got a blockade runner, something that can warp us out of here before we get taken down by the Navy?
It's
fat
more of
trader,
a
actually.
tug.
Guys, well, before you say that, he's like, "Yeah, I've heard really good things about the Dauntless. You guys can get thrust 8?"
Yeah, this
Those
is
Dauntless guys seem like all right cats.
Yeah, which one of you is Captain Watney? I've been looking forward to meet him.
Oh!
I
And I look
hear
around,
that guy's a great.
I look
great
at Buck,
man.
and I'm like,
Worthy
I
of
am
respect.
Captain Watney.
He walks forward and goes, "Captain Watney, it is so nice to finally meet you. Please introduce me to Gorak and Damon."
Gorak is with the ship, but my friend here, and I pat Esmeril on the shoulder. This is the Dr. Damien Darkfire himself.
You have to pretend
Say
to
what
be
now?
Azrael, pretending to be Dr. Darkfire. Who is your other guy?
A pleasure to meet you as well, Damon.
oh, please, the pleasure's all mine, Langdon, and I...
Yes.
Wow.
Langdon addresses the crowd. Seems like we have a ticket through the Markers of the Woods, too. At dawn, we will carve our way forward, get on the Dauntless, and rocket through the blockade so fast the Navy won't know what happened.
Oh, God. We're all gonna die.
Yes. Within a month, we'll be, sipping our favorite drinks on all of our home worlds, or, continuing the good fight back on Dunix. And it's all thanks to the wonderful crew here. The saviors, the future leaders of Operation Dunisian Freedom, the members of the Loyal Dauntless. End scene.